good morning, good evening, and good time zone to all of you out there. How are we all doing today? I hope we're all having a wonderful wind down to the week and or end of the week. Today we are doing something a little bit special in my mind. So, on October the 16th, 2020, I did a stream quite similar to the one that we're going to do today, where I made a shoe pastry that looked like Cottonee from Pokemon. I was happy with how they looked back then, but I wasn't happy with how they actually turned out, like physically, edibly, in the end. So I've wanted to redo them for a long time. I found a recipe that's going to, in my mind, I think is going to work out really well and give me the desired effect that I want, without compromising the colour and the look of the pastry. So, yeah. Good morning to everybody in chat. So, morning, Danny, or hello. Let's just start with a hello. I saw Talus's message there, and I'm going, go with the mornings. But, Danny, how are we doing? Have you? Oh, I sort of know how you've been. I was already in your chat before. Talus, good morning. Good morning. Ember, how are we doing? So, yeah, I'm actually quite excited to try this recipe out because the last ones I made was pretty much just shoe pastry with green food dye. And then I put it in the oven, baked in the oven, but I pulled it out too early because I didn't want the pastry to go golden brown and we lose the green aesthetic from the pastry. So I underbaked them, but I still got the end result to look pretty good. Today we have a recipe that uses something called, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced cracklin. So it's spelled Crauelin. And I see that as cracklin, but it's probably pronounced differently. And initially what it is, it's pretty much just, it's got, a butter, sugar, flour, food coloring topper that goes onto the pastry before we put it into the oven. And it'll melt over the top, give it like if people know what tiger bread looks like. It's going to give it that sort of effect on top, but it should keep the green color that we want. Hang on. I always have to look up. Sorry, let me try to read that again. I always have to look up part of your cooking caption. I don't know what Cottonee was. Yes. So I probably should do what I did last time and find a GIF or a PNG of Cottonee and stick it in the corner, because that's what I did last time. It was up here-ish, and he was just sort of floating around. It's like, that's what we're making today. They are adorable. I ate too many sweets, now I don't want to cook dinner. I feel like I'm responsible for that. I feel like I'm solely responsible for that endeavor. But as long as you found them good, and they were all right, because I had no doubt in my mind that those biscuits were going to get there well and fine. It's just whether or not you would enjoy them or not was the dilemma in my mind. It's like, is she actually gonna like them? No, I'm glad you did. Perhaps. Mayhaps it might be your fault. You sent an Aussie care package, so I sent the lovely Eternal Ember here in chat a set of shark mitt ovens because she continuously told us that she would use wet tea towels to pull stuff out of the oven. So we had to put a stop to that. We had to stop her from burning her fingies in the most unsafe of manners. So, Mama TC, let's say graciously, she decided, we'll make her a set as well. We'll make her a set of shark mitts. Design's a little bit different to the original, but it's still shark mitts in the end. And I thought, you know what? She's always pestering me for sending stuff that I make on stream. She's always pestering, saying, "Oh, I wish you could send me that soup that you just made. Send me that perishable food that is never going to get to us in time. It's just going to spoil by the time it gets to us. Send me this food. Send me food. Cook for me, chef man." So I thought, no, stuff it. I'll send her some Anzac biscuits. So I made her some Anzac biscuits, stuck them in a tin, shipped them off. And I'm glad that they came there alright. Was there any punctures in the bag? Because I know sometimes when I've gotten stuff from the States, they sort of stab it with a knife to check the insides. So I wonder if they prick the bag or not. So helped her cook, said sweet safely. The Forever Biscuits, yes, Anzacs, the Forever Biscuits. They're an amazing biscuit. No eggs in the Anzac biscuits. It's pretty much just what butter, brown sugar, flour, oats, and love. I promised I would shut up. You did. But let's be honest. I feel like you'll still be like, oh, send me some anyway. But it's all good. It was packaged. It was packaged and delivered perfectly. Oh, that's good. That's really good. I'm happy to hear that, because I know sometimes customs will puncture the box or puncture the bag and possibly do like a swab test to make sure that there's no like narcotics or explosive residue or like nasties that are not supposed to come into the country or not. So, Dad liked them too. Oh, nice. I was actually thinking about sending you a bottle of golden syrup so you could make some yourself. Oh, that's right. It's got coconut in there as well. I was meaning to write a message in there as well to say, I sent you Anzac biscuits and this is what's in there and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. TC sending explosive biscuits again. No, I didn't send those type of biscuits. I didn't send the old prune biscuits. No. If they stabbed my cookies, I would have stabbed them. It would have been very difficult for them to stab them because I sent a metal tin, which, funny enough, so sending the stuff through customs, well, not through customs, send them through the post. They've changed the system over here that you have to declare what's in the package. So, I'm going to be sending, oven mitts and a tin of biscuits. They changed the system here so they have to search and actually find a preloaded sort of declaration in their system. And it said that there would be a problem sending a tin of biscuits over. Which I thought was like, oh, wait a minute, this doesn't sound right. Like, because even the girl behind the counter said, look, I've sent stuff, or not her personally, but it's like we've sent stuff like this before in the past and there's been no trouble. So I don't know why it's coming up here. It's like, hopefully it doesn't get turned around at customs, because I do want to send those biscuits. I'm sure the oven mitts would have gone perfectly, like no hitch, because we just said clothing. It's like, yeah, it's clothing, it's fine. But the biscuits is what really worried me. It's like, oh, is it because of the tin? Like, because I can't actually get into the tin to check what's inside? But I'm sure with the X-rays and the searching cameras that they use, that they would have been able to see what's inside. They would have seen it's an organic product that's not like plant seeds or invasive species stuff or like dead animals and all that kind of fun stuff. Customs can be a bit of a pain, but still. We have to do that as well. I send packages to my brother in Africa. Is it hard? Do you find it hard to send packages internationally? So this is actually the first time I've sent anything overseas. The only stuff I've ever really sent to people has been in the country or interstate. And obviously it's easy to send stuff interstate. Like, you just put it in a box, put it in the post box, and it gets sent away. But sending stuff overseas, the declarations, and like, I had no idea how to do it myself. So my post office lady was confused. I don't think she's ever seen a package from Australia. that's fun. That's fun. Because there was a multitude of ways I could have sent this to you. So I could have just got a box and just wrapped that up and just slapped the tag on it and sent it away. But while I was at the post office, I saw that they had the padded bags. I was like, you know what? I'll probably just grab one of these, because that way I don't have to worry about, cutting down a box and making sure it doesn't fall apart. And it's easy just to buy the packaging from the post office itself. But it's the special products you ordered. Yes, it's the special products. Not awful, but a bit of trouble. Yeah, just a bit of a hassle to try send goodies and stuff. So, but I'm glad you enjoyed the package. I'm glad it all got there okay. And I'm very happy that it got there earlier than what we expected to, because we were assuming that it was going to get to you tomorrow. Yeah, just tomorrow in general. But I'm glad that the postal service is on point today. So, yeah. Alright. One... Never mind. That's another thing I want to quickly point out too and have a discussion about. I figured out why Titch has not been able to listen to my commands. And it turns out that when I have OBS as the active window, it just disregards everything else that's going on the computer. So if I click off of OBS and make sure that it's visible on my screen, but it's not actually active, then everything works. Everything works. And it's like, come on. Just this one little thing to fix it? That's annoying. Yeah, I ate 5 cookies in one sitting. I was super excited when I got the text. Yeah. I would say slow down with the biscuits, but I'm also not your dad, and I would probably have already polished them off by now. I'm a shocker when it comes to Anzac biscuits because they're just so good, so good. Are you confused about Titch's responsive chime? Are you, Daddy? So I made it so now when I say certain phrases, it's pretty much just asking, like, what's what I'm looking for? Not asking for him, but summoning him. I don't think that's the right word either. Like when I say his name or all right and all that kind of stuff, or okay, he'll activate and sort of go, okay, what's the next command? And then I'll say whatever, because I was getting a little worried back in the day when I was playing the video games, and I would say something and he thought, oh, you've said zoom in, so he's tried to zoom in. And it's like, wait, did he just zoom into a black screen? Like, so this is before my zoom in actually just expanded from the corner here. The corner here. Titch, camera on.
Activating binge camera.
Expanding from the corner here. Instead of just pantomiming in the into the ethos. I'll show you what I was talking about, but yeah. So, I need to start doing some stuff because we need to put the crackling topping into the freezer for it to set. Because if we don't let it set, then it's probably just going to ooze all over the place, and it's going to, well, it's going to be a dough, but it's not going to sit the way we want, and it might cook faster than what is desired. So, what we are going to need in general for today, I will list out, but I'll start with the crackling topping, and then the choux pastry itself. Got to lurk for now, be back on breaks. Well, thank you for the lurk, Talis. Thank you for popping in and saying hi, and I hope that work goes smoothly and speedily for you. So, for the crackling topping, we're going to need 100 grams of butter, 100 grams of sugar, 100 grams of flour, and some food coloring. Very simple. Very simple, I think. No, I will stick with that. We'll stick with that. I was thinking maybe we should double it just to make sure that we got enough, but no. We'll stick with this because I've got more than enough butter to cover for us for today, but I don't want to have too much, and then I've just got a whole bunch of this dough paste topping that's sitting around. It's like, now I'm gonna have to make more choux pastry, which is not a bad thing, but I don't want to have to make more just to use it. And for the choux pastry itself, so I'm not going with the Baking Bible because I want to see how their choux pastry turns out to the one that I've used. So it's going to be 236 ml of water. I don't know why it's such a specific round number like this. When I say round number, like an even number, specific even number. I don't know why. Like, just make it 240 or 230, 235. But 236, we can get that. We can get that on target. We're gonna need 115 grams of butter, half a teaspoon of salt, 145 grams of flour, and 4 large eggs. I'm pretty sure the 4 large eggs it said worked out to be 200 ml, but I'll just use 4 eggs. So, to make it the topping, we're pretty much going to be, so step 1, we're going to soften the butter and the sugar in our benchtop mixer or hand mixer if you've got one yourself, until combined. And once it's combined, we're going to add the flour to the mixture until it forms a dough. Then we're going to put some food coloring in there and get the desired color we want. I have got just some green food gel. People will be weird, that's why. Yes. I think, so look, the reason why it's so specific is because I remember reading the recipe, it said just under a cup of water. So I think they've sort of said, okay, a cup of water is going to be this much. So just a little bit less will be around here. But, they probably worked it out in cups. So all the stuff for the crackling toppings, so the butter, I think the butter was half a cup. The sugar was half a cup. But they've converted it into metrics, which was a godsend. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't want to have to do the work out myself. So working it out from a imperial measurement to a metric measurement, it probably gave you the like the 236.75832. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna round it down. I'm just gonna round it down. So yeah, pretty much. I didn't call them freedom measurements. There's no need for the bonk. Purple. I've been meaning to get onto the dual colours. The only dual colour we've got is pink and green, which I have changed the green to be a much more aesthetically pleasing green instead of lime green. There's nothing wrong with lime green, it's just it didn't fit with the old colorization. But yeah, so we're pretty much going to we're going to make a dough, then we're going to roll this dough out between two bits of parchment paper, or baking paper, which I'm going to use. Then we're going to freeze until it's firm. Then I'm going to come back, cut them into circles, and then put them back into the freezer and start getting onto the choux pastry. So, yeah. Oh, mold kitchen. Not the mold kitchen. But, yeah, how... I'm sure I've already asked it. I've already asked it, but I'll ask it again, because we were too busy talking about... Dang it! Butterfingers. Perfect start to the stream. How has everybody's week been? How have we been doing? Let me just pull up the pants dance. Wow, Shelly. Yeah, so how's everybody's week been? Something that I've found a little bit annoying for myself is there's been a few things that I've sort of noticed down into the world in the last week. I was like, this is going to be fun to talk about on stream. And I want to talk about it on stream, but I forgot what it was. I wanted to talk about something because it happened. It's like, oh, this would be fun and see what everybody's input and reaction is to it. But I've just plumb forgot what the goddamn dilly crap I was doing. It's like, okay, I guess I'm old now. I didn't say anything, Titch. It's been good. You got a new hairdo today. Ooh. Is it the same color? So Deets girl, Deets. What's the deal with this hairdo? Is it I don't want to say longer, because I think most of the time when people say they got a new hairdo, they've cut it. But, I mean, yeah, it's a different style, a different colour. Nope. Ooh. I gotta grab my chopping board in a minute, because... Oh, come on, 99 grams? You tease. Absolute tease. There we go, 101. That'll be fun. Yes, we are remaking Cottonee cream puff stitch. Half bright red, half black. Ooh, is it a fade style? So this, yeah. So when I hear half red, half black, I'm thinking like Harley Quinn, sort of. One side's red, one side's black. But I know now that fading is a style of hairdo. I mean, come on, can you really blame me? Like I don't have enough hair to style. Not anymore, anyway, so... So... I'm slowly relearning all this kind of stuff, so I don't seem like an old fart when I see people out in the town. It's like, that's a silly haircut. It's shaved half your head. Which, let's be honest, like I wasn't too sold on the whole half hair, shaved, half hair sort of styled. Coming around on it. Definitely coming around on it. I think it's... Front half red, back half black. Okay. We talking like full half, like directly. So like where my headset is, like from there it's black and from there it's red, or are we talking like the front, I almost want to say just put a picture in the Discord, but I'm also having fun trying to guess this as well. Trying to guess what type of hairdo you've actually got, because I have seen those really good ones where like it's red on the front, but then they've got the black underneath. So when they do their hair in a certain style, like it fades, or it's sort of got the like that really nice mix. I reckon that's a nice looking hairstyle as well. And also, how was school today as well, Ember? Because I think today was your last day of the week. I'm gonna put a pic in Discord. Probably best you do. Because I'll be sitting here guessing for days, and it's like, no, it's like this. Like, oh, so like this. No, like this. Ah, I gotcha. Like this. And we'll just be sitting here forever talking about what your hair looks like without even seeing it. Let me just quickly do that, then that, yeah. So I can check out the audio levels instead of just looking at... Oh. If you push this button, you can end the stream now. I'm not ending the stream now. It just started. Now, it says sugar, but I'm going to be using caster sugar. I'm a big old sucker for using caster sugar while baking, just because, well, it's a lot finer than sugar. I think it dissolves a bit faster myself, but... Or super fine sugar. Gotta keep remembering that what we call things over here is called different overseas. So when I talk about, I'm going to use caster sugar, I gotta remember that some people out there is like, what the hell's caster sugar? It's like superfine sugar. Ah, powdered sugar. No. Too fine. Good time zone to you too, Widget. How are we doing today? How have you been? How is your Thursday evening going? Just getting this on the whip. Doing well, just getting home, crazy week, first week of school. That's I find that very confusing and very baffling when it's first week of school. Well, when you say first week of school, because ready for the weekend. Oh, I know that feeling. Yeah, I find it really weird when you say first week of school, because for me growing up, the first week of school was always around the end of January. So I'm not sure if schooling... Let me just turn that down so you don't have a blinding light into the mixing bowl. There, that's a little bit better there. Yeah, so is the schooling... Is the schooling schedule... So you start school now, which is August, and then you go through... Yeah, so that really baffles me, like... I don't know sort of how to explain what's going through my head at the moment. So... Hi, Emma. Mid-August to mid-June. Yeah, so that really baffles me. Like, I've always thought that... Oh, sorry, not thought that. I've always grown up being... So... one full year, so from the end of January to the, depending on what year you're in, November-ish. We'll say around November. That's a school year, so every year will be another year. So grade 1 will be this year, grade 2 will be this year, grade 3 will be this year. Whereas over in the States, as I hear it, it's from August to June. So you go through a year to finish a year, and that just spins me out. That really just spins me out. What am I making? I'm making shoe cream puffs that look like Cottonee from Pokemon. So, but I hope you're doing well today. Well, I can't remember if you were working today or not, but if you're working today, I hope that it's going all well. And I hope you don't get in trouble if you... I'm sure it'll be fine, but... Ours are season-based. Most schools in warm climates don't have ACs and whatnot. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. But also doesn't make a lot of sense because I still went to school with 40-degree days. And the way to combat that was they just kept us inside and closed the curtains and told us to, we weren't allowed to go outside. It was, we stayed inside. It was still very warm and very hot, but... Sewing the dragon. Oh, you sewing it all together. Oh, cool. I hope to see it on Sunday. It looks awesome, but... Ember, I think we're all surprised that it got to her really quick. Like, it was about a week. Nice. Okay, so yeah, we need to cream that together. But to explain exactly what we're doing at the moment right now, so the shoe pastry is going to have like a tiger bread style crackling over the top. And we're currently making the paste that's going to sit on the shoe pastry before we bake it. So pretty much all we're doing is whipping up some sugar, butter, flour with a bit of food coloring into it. I'm going to roll it out, stick it in the freezer, let it set for a bit, pull it back out, cut it into circles, back in the freezer, and start our shoe pastry. Post wanted me to have my mitts and eat my cookies. Yes. Yes. I'm glad that you were surprised with the cookies as well, because yeah, I think I did a good job of not so much explaining, but not saying that there was going to be something extra with them with the mitts as well. So. So Ember is the first member of chat to have gotten something from stream. Like something that I've made on stream. I've stitched the butterflies out too. Nice. I'm going to go down this weekend and look for flowers. So probably either later today or tomorrow. I'll make sure I get on top of that. I put the pic in art because hair is art. I can see that. I can get behind that. I will allow it. Honestly, I wouldn't have taken it out anyway. It's like, yeah, that's fine. Let me get some flour ready to go. So 100 grams of flour. Very simple recipe for this. Just 100, 100, 100. Easy. Too easy. Whoop. Nice. Put this aside. Now, what I will do is... It's looking good, it's looking right, but I'm still going to do my little patented trick of run the side of the bowl. So, obviously, when it's colder and you're using cold butter, it's going to be take a little bit longer and a little bit more time and effort to whip it and cream it together. So my little trick is, if you don't have like a kitchen torch, or little butane torch, is I run the side of the bowl under some hot water to sort of semi-melt the side and warm up the butter, so it whips a bit better. Yes, I'll make sure that when it's all done, I take a photo of it and I post it in a set of Discord, so everybody can see it and sort of show off what Mama TC's capable of doing. I mean, if people remember from October last year, I had some Halloween decorations hanging from my cupboards. She actually made them as well. I mean, heck, she made this apron, so... A lot of the fabric style stuff has been made by Mama TC, so... I don't think I really need to spruik too much about what she can do because, well, you can already see what she can do. But yes, sing, Mr. Tap. Alright, so just quick run along the side. Make sure you don't get any, if not too much, water in the bowl itself. We don't want to add too much. We don't want to add more water than is needed or actually required. There we go. Get that all whipped up. Whipped, creamed, smooth and buttery. She is a sewing master. Mama TC is a sewing master. Doing Halloween bookmarks too, yes. I am very excited. Whip it good. Whip it up. But I'm actually very excited for Halloween this year because, so over here in Australia we have a public holiday on the first Tuesday of November called Melbourne Cup Day. I don't know why. I sort of understand why it's a public holiday, but I don't understand why it's a public holiday because there's the horse race, the Melbourne Cup, the biggest race in Australia, almost the biggest race in the world, to be honest. And we get the day off. We get a public holiday, so everybody in Australia can take the day off to watch some horses run around a track and put a punt on the ponies. It's like, yes, okay. But it turns out that this year, Melbourne Cup Day falls the day after Halloween, which means that I can go to work, come home from work, do Halloween, stay up late at night, and not have to go to work the next day. Only in Victoria? I thought it was the whole of Australia. Makes sense, seeing as Melbourne Cup Day. I swear that the whole of Australia got Melbourne Cup Day off. Only Victoria then. Pony Day, I like it. Yeah, put a punt on the ponies. And get sloshed and make an absolute butt of yourself out at Caulfield Raceway. Because that is the... I don't want to say that's the Australian way, because that's not. I hate it. I hate that fact. I don't want to spruik that that's what we're all like. We are not all like that.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for the lurk. Be right back. Take your time. Take your time. Again, extra long weekends. Taking Monday off too. Nice. Nice. I mean, the Tuesday is the middle of my week, so... There's no point of taking a Sunday and Monday off and then... Yeah. Hang on. I don't think I'd be able to take the Sunday and Monday off to get the Tuesday off as well. Alright, so now we're going to add the flour. Add the flour until it turns... you know what I will do quickly? Yep. I'm actually going to change the attachment out to a dough hook. Because if it is going to turn into a dough, I want to make sure that it's actually going to mix up right. It's not going to gunk up my mixing paddle. But anyway, how was sending the kiddos back to school widget? Because I can imagine, or sending them back to school or send them to school for the first time. I think. So there's definitely a big difference between back to school and starting school. I think starting school's really, it's really exciting. Like, ooh, I get to go to school like, all these other people do. I get to meet new people, learn some things, all that stuff. But going back to school is like, oh, not this again. Why do I have to get up so early? Why can't I play Fortnite? This stuff like that. That's just sort of how I see it anyway. That's how I felt, to be honest. Why can't I just stay home and play Halo? School sucks. The other reason I go to school is to see my friends. But, we got there in the end, though. I saw that. Yeah, Danny. Goku's in Fortnite. Goku... There's 3 of them, isn't it? Yeah, Beerus. That's what I'm thinking of. So, yeah, Goku, Beerus, Vegeta, and Bulma. Bulma of all characters. Very surprised about Bulma. I would have thought, like... Well, I mean, she is a very iconic character. It's been through the whole series. Beerus is a weird one. I would have thought maybe Krillin. Krillin would have been a cool character to add in. Even Yamcha, if you wanted to keep the character heights the same. Tien would have been a nice, interesting one. Piccolo, come on, Piccolo, he's OG. But, I don't know, probably catering to the new audience. People probably really like Beerus as a character. I'm a bit on him, but still. It is really crazy. I thought it was crazy that they added Naruto characters into Fortnite. That was the baffling thing for me. Is when I first saw people playing with Naruto characters in Fortnite, I thought, okay, someone's finally modded the game. Someone's finally got the code, and it's finally modded the game to add these characters in. Good job, good job. But it was legit. It's like, what? What? Is serious? What? It makes me think, who's going to make it next? Like, who's going to be the next character they add? Or the next series they put in? Like, all these crossovers are getting a little out of hand. I think somebody the marketing teams saw Smash Bros with their roster, and they said, I think we need to step up our game here. You can't be outdone by these guys. Sora and Smash? Okay. Open the floodgates, baby. Disney finally releasing one of their main IP characters into another franchise besides Square Enix. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so let's start mixing in some coloring. Let me do a bit quick. There we go. That should be enough. I think I've said this in the past before. I really do prefer using gel coloring as opposed to... well, this is actually very green. This should be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, I prefer to use gel coloring as opposed to the watercoloring, just because you get a lot more of a vivid color out of gel. You have to use less to get more of a desired result. You don't have to. So if you want something that's vivid, rich red, it's gotta go after a bit. Not a problem. Not a problem. Take your time. Take your time. But yeah, I find you just get it. You don't have to dump half a bottle of water-based food coloring into said thing to get red or purple or blue. And there's a lot better colors as well, I think, too. The watercolors usually just have, what was it? Red, yellow, green, blue? Yeah, I was going to say red again. It's like, no, I would have said red twice. Packets don't have two reds. You got normal red and cool red. This is like regular red, but it goes faster. So, let me get my parchment paper ready. And a tray so we can put it in the freezer. So I might actually, while we're waiting for this to set in the freezer, I might start weighing up the stuff for the choux pastry. And then we'll sort of go from there, I guess. Because while the choux pastry is cooking and... Oh, no. Well, yeah, while it's baking, I might let it sit for a bit instead of mix it straight away. Because one of the things I did in the past too was a little bakery trade, not secret, but technique, is with the choux pastry. Let me get this all mixed so it's still mixing. When you're making the choux pastry, you got to let the roux or the dough sit and cool down before you add the eggs. Because if you add the eggs straight away after it's come off the stove, you run the risk of cooking the eggs and scrambling the eggs into the mix, which is no good. So one way of getting the moisture out nice and quick is sticking it into your benchtop mixer or beating it with a hand beater. I did that last time I did the choux pastry when I did the Cottonee cream puffs, and the steam. What did it do? So it made the belts slip inside here. What gen is Cottonee? Gen 5. Gen 5. So in the Unova region, Pokemon Black, White, Black 2 and White 2. Yeah, so the Steam actually slipped the belts, so it was either on or off, and I got worried that I ruined my mixer, so I had to pause the stream for a little bit, and I was trying to pull it apart to see what happened on the inside. It fixed itself, and I was able to finish the stream, but I was very worried that I killed my benchtop mixer. So Cottonee is one of those. It's a Pokemon that it looks like food to me, but it's not supposed to be food. It's supposed to be like it's supposed to be a plant. Sorry, there was just a little bit of unmixed. There we go. Yes, just a little bit of unmixed dough on the top. So I mean, I could have just kept the paddle mixer. That would have been fine. But it is what it is. Yeah. It did. I was gonna say, it got the fairy typing in Gen 6, so it was just a grass type Pokemon, and then once Gen 6 came around, it got the fairy typing, and usually when they add Pokemon that are food type, it's usually fairy. So Alchemy's a fairy type. That's just a pile of whipped cream. Yo, Tech! How we doing today? How have you been? What have you been up to, man? Buddy? Champ? When I say man, I say it as what do you call it? Non-binary as possible. I always feel bad when I say, "Oh, what's up, man?" It's like, I'm not calling you a dude. It's the same as if I was saying dude. Like, I'm not calling you a gender. I'm just saying. Still, anyway. My little existential dread, stupid mind out the way. I'm a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes. Yeah. That's a good burger reference, isn't it? I haven't seen that movie, but I had the song on my iPod. I'm a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes, yeah. It is good burger, yes, I thought so. Yeah, haven't actually seen the movie, but I got the what do you call it? I got the song on my iPod, and the cover art was Good Burger. So I probably should watch this movie, and I never did. Hope your day's going well. I'm not too bad. It's great to hear. It's great to hear. I'm doing pretty good, actually. Very excited on how these are going to turn out, to be honest. Currently sat in the Shonen Field Theater in New York City. Ooh, wow. That's exciting. That's interesting. That's cool. Don't worry about it. I try not to, but it is the internet after all, and the internet is scary. I've only just started using Twitter, and I'm already afraid that I say one wrong thing and somebody cancels me. It's like, I like pineapple on pizza, and bam, I'm gone. No more TC. And then I have to make an apology video on YouTube. Why should be a vowel? This is something stupid. What? So, as long as it says roll it out, I don't know. I'm gonna roll it to about 1 to 2 mil. Do I have my? I do have my Packers. Ember has returned. Hello. Ooh, I think we might actually be there, to be honest. Might give it a little bit more of a rollout. We'll make sure I don't go over the edges as well. I've also got a few high bits as well. I just want to make sure that it all is Ma! The other mom! The mom! Whatever! How are we doing? Welcome in. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. This is going to get confusing. We've got actual Ma in chat and we've got Ma with dinner. I'm covering for a friend who's doing catering for a wedding, and I'm making paella. Oh, paella for a 4-course meal after the show. Nice. I'm actually going to be making paella myself as well tonight because I've got some friends coming around, and they're the same guys that came around for the Monster Hunter cook-up. And I said, hey, you guys want to come around for dinner? And they're going, what's for dinner? And I said, well, you did say last time you wanted a paella. And it was like, all right, we're here. So, okay. So I'm going to say that is good. I don't want to say enough, but, yep. Perfect. All right, let's get this in the freezer and let this try and set. There we go. Am I doing that one on stream? No, I will not. Today is just going to be the Cottonee cream puffs, and yeah, the paella is just going to be for my friends after streamers, because they're probably going to be here in about, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 hours. So it'll be an 8-hour gap between the end of today, well, from now until they come round. So, but I probably could maybe do one eventually on stream again. So the paella that I made was supposed to have prawns on it, but I didn't put prawns on it because my friends don't like prawns. I'm the odd one out in this group because I love prawns. Prawns and all that kind of seafood are amazing, but they didn't like them, so I didn't put them in there for them, and I won't be today as well, because, well, if people have dietary requirements and distastes for foods, then you should not force people to do something that they do not want to eat or have. So if somebody's a vegan, don't be a butt and say just eat meat. Like, I'm fine with a little bit of when I say hazing, not full bullying. Like, don't put them down because of what they want to eat and what their beliefs are. But I'm okay with just a little bit of, just a little fatigue here and there. It's like, yeah, all in jest, all in fun. That's just my thing. I think that's just the Aussie culture as well. Like, we like to rip into each other a little bit. Oi! So it's early for you then. Yes. So it is currently nearly 10 o'clock. So, have we? Wow, okay. I was going to say, has it nearly been an hour since I started? Wow. I feel like earlier in my streaming life, I would almost be halfway done by now. Like, we've only just started doing the stuff today. And I'm very happy about it. I'm very happy about taking my time, having a chat with you guys, just having a good time, really. Because I have complained to myself in the past that I am a little bit... When I say I'm a bit of a professional, when I do stuff at home and when I do stuff on stream, I always feel I'm rushing to get it done, because that's just how I've been trained, and that's muscle memory, and I need to slow down. So, yeah. I feel that it's not a race. Exactly. But because I do this as... because I do this as a living, like I cook and bake as my job, I need to get it out fast, because if I get it out fast, then I can work on to the next thing, get the next thing going. More sales means more stuff that we get for the department, and our lives just become a little bit easier without busting my butt. I'm not pushing myself and busting my butt, but I'm just trying to get that good rhythm. But yeah, I convert that to home too often. It's just like, get home, it's like bam, 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 bam. And it's like, no, need to slow down, chill, have a chat, see how everybody's doing, clean as I go, all that kind of stuff. But yes, prawns are good. I know that there's There's someone in chat who can't have prawns, but that is a allergen. That's an allergy requirement. When I say requirement, but it's a... Cupid! Hello! Yes, we are remaking... What flavor? So it's pretty much just going to be vanilla, I would say. They're going to be green, but it's going to have like a vanilla cream filling in there. But, But how are we doing today, Cupid? How have you been? How was the rest of your evening, night, and... hang on. We'll say day, because everybody that dropped by yesterday and said hello, it would have been either very late at night or very early in the morning. So, how was the rest of your day? How have you been since the last time we chat, Cupid? Hello, hello. But, yeah, so the recipe... So, exclamation recipe will take you to the recipe page, and the recipe I'm using is going to be for a matcha flavored one. So you have a stabilized cream, and then you have like a matcha cream that you make as well with it. But I am foregoing the matcha and stabilized cream filling because we're trying to make these. So the initial baking and what we're trying to make them look like process, I just need the topping and the choux pastry itself. The rest of it, I'm just going to fill myself. But tired but fine. I'm sorry to hear that you're tired, and I hope it wasn't me that kept you up. I hope you're doing well, Chef. I'm doing quite well, actually. I was going to do a bunch of stuff for stream today, last night, but I sat on the couch, I watched some YouTube, and I fell asleep. After dinner. So I cooked myself some dinner, I sat down, I think it was about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, just watching some stuff on YouTube. Next minute, it's about 11 o'clock. I was going to get up and sort of get myself off to bed, but I fell asleep again, and I woke up at 2, and I went to bed at 2, like actually went to bed. So I had a fairly decent sleep, but it was just like why can't I be 2? Why can't I be 5 again and teleport from the couch to the bed? Oh, those were the days. Those were the days. Watching cartoons in the evening, or at night, watching Pixar movies at night with Mum and Dad. And then Mr. Sandman comes around and gives you the sleepy eyes. Next minute, you're in bed. And what happened? What happened? What happened in Toy Story? Did they get in the car? Did Buzz get his hand back? What happened? Now I have to do that myself. Now I have to wake up myself and drag my sorry butt back to bed. And Toy Story's already finished. And I still don't know if Buzz got his hand back or not. Just popping into random streams to tell people they are beautiful human beings. Well, thank you so much. Call me Breezy. Or Breezy for short. Thank you so much. That means a lot. How are we doing today? I believe we need positivity to survive. And water. And water. Which I should actually be drinking myself. But I hope we are having a wonderful day, Breezy. Thank you for popping by anyway. If you can't stay long. Can't forget the water. Can't forget the water. The wobber. Water is bad. No, Amber. No. Water in large quantities can be bad, but water in general is good for you, okay? Water, fresh air, and sunlight in moderation. Always in moderation. There are a handful of things in this world that I will say you do not have in general, but most things in life you can get away with in moderation. I'm okay with having a drink, having a beer, having some sake, having a bourbon or two in moderation. Going out the sun in moderation. Water in moderation. None of this negativity, Ember. None of this negativity. Yo! Call me Breezy. Welcome to the Shark Tank. I hope you enjoy your stay here. It's very much appreciated. Yo, on my last stream visit of the night, have fun, spread love, and I'll be back eventually. Well, I will be... Hang on. Let me start that again. I hope to see you again soon. Have a wonderful night. Sleep well, and I do hope to see you soon. Alrighty, so what was I doing? Just having a bit of a clean up at the moment because we don't want to go too far ahead. And it's nice having people like you drop by and pop in positive messages instead of ones that I've had in the past. Way in the past. Oh, that one was hilarious. So, I can't remember what language it was in, but somebody came in and was trying to be a troll and was saying some stuff in another language that somebody else deciphered for me. And then it devolved into something about go kiss my sister or something. Might have been a mistranslation, but that's what somebody says. He pretty much just said go kiss my sister. And yeah, and I just sort of looked at it and gone, oh, we'll send a photo of her. Like, I want to see what I'm getting into first. I'm down for it, but I got to see what I'm up for first. But all that sort of stuff has really subsided. Look, I've seen some nasty comments and some bad eggs on the platform in general, but I haven't really seen it too much in food and drink. Like, I've never really seen somebody come in and say, like, hey, you're a so-and-so, you're a, redacted, censorship bleep, all that kind of stuff. And I haven't really seen much of, like, what you made is terrible, like, that looks crap, purple. I haven't really seen much of that recently. I've seen it in other people's streams when they're playing games and, they make fun and sort of say some bad things to people. But it's not so much in the food and drink category. And then, not only that, in the other people's streams, it's very far and few between. Which I'm glad to see. I'm glad to see that the whole, let's be mean for the sake of being mean to get attention. And why... You're losing my balance there for a second. Yeah, sorry. What's this down here? Ah, it's a bit of the dough. I just saw a bit of green on the floor. Food and drink is pretty chill. It is pretty chill. Yeah. And I find, the people who want to be butts and the bad eggs, they usually go towards... I think it's usually VTubers. They like to pick on VTubers and bigger streamers and stuff. Yeah, gamers are complicated and complicated to navigate. Yeah. I think my tag is messed up. Which tag? Which tag? Oh, let me drop that one. Australian. Yeah. Well, that's the one I've put down. I know, so, yeah, they've given us the custom tags, and... I mean, I could go with Australia. It's misspelled. Is it misspelled? Is TC a heckin' dumb? It's not saying. Probably. Try that again. Why did it just do that? Alright, so I'll do that and then put an N on the end. Australian. Yeah? See, now I'm looking at the word. Now I'm looking at the word and I'm thinking, what? Like, you ever get that where you type a word out and you write a word out a couple of times, like, that's not how it's spelled, and it is how it's spelled. You've just done that to me. Sorry for the divert. No, it's alright, because if people are searching specifically for Australians, and I have misspelled my tag, then they will not find me. What is my favourite dish to make? Ooh. Let's run down the list of different, different types. So for a savoury dish, I really do like making katsudon. I just have a lot of fun making... Well, the katsudon I make for myself is a little bit bare bones and basic, but when I make an actual katsudon, I absolutely adore making that. Spaghetti bolognese is always a nice, easy, and simple one to make too. I quite like making that. Con carne nachos is always a fun, easy one to do too. When it comes to sweets, I like making what we're making today, choux pastry. I really do love making choux pastry because it's a bit of a complex but simple recipe to make. Custard tarts. When I make custard tarts at work, they just smell amazing. They taste amazing. I could drink the custard straight from the jar, straight from the pot. It's that good. What are some other things? I like making cakes in general. So I actually have a cake that I've been commissioned to make next week, which is going to... It's more sort of like the decoration part of the cakes I like making. Black Forest I always like making too, because I love eating Black Forest. What are some other things I like making too? I think that's pretty much it, really. Like those are my major favorites. I've made a curry that's sort of inspired by Pokemon a couple of times. That's a long one to make, but it's still fun and tasty. The soup we made last week, so the lava soup, ooh, that was a good one. The only thing I wanted to do with that lava soup was add something to make it taste a little bit different, because it's pretty much just a tomato capsicum soup with a bit of spice to it. I want to add some like smoked paprika to give it like a smoky texture as well, like a smoky taste, which I reckon would be really good. Soups are fun to make too. Soups are fun to make and obviously consume. Pretty much anything that I like to make is usually what I like to eat. So my favorite is tuna fish casserole. Ooh, okay, tuna fish casserole. Can't say I think I've made a tuna fish casserole before, but I've done tuna pasta bake. Tuna pasta bake's another good one too. Yeah, I think that's sort of what I'm sort of delicious. I'm sure I've had a casserole in the past. Like I've eaten a casserole, but I've never made a casserole for myself anyway. But yeah, there's definitely I don't even want to say there's a fine line between what's fun to make and what's fun to eat, because or what's still like your favorite thing to eat, because if you really enjoy what you're gonna eat, then the making part sort of becomes fun in itself. So like I said, with choux pastry, because it's a little bit complex and a little bit tedious, you know, you got to make sure that you cool the dough down proper before you add the eggs so it doesn't scramble. And then you got to let it bake in the oven. You can't open the oven, you can't lose the heat in the oven until it actually has got the crust, or else it flops and it falls. But once you get all past that, you have a really nice, delicious treat, which I really like. So it's like, yeah, this is complex and a little bit tedious, but I find it fun now because I know what the end result's going to be. Tater tots casserole is good too. Tater tots in general are good. Tater tots in general are really good. I love me some good tater tot. Out of all the ways that you can prepare a potato, that's probably top 5, one of the top 5. Mashed potato, I think, is king, and I would say fight me in the streets. Fight me in the streets before it. Mashed potato, God tier, S tier. Ranking the ways that you can make potato, smashed. Because from mashed, then you can turn it into croquettes. You can do, what's it, Duchess potatoes. You can pipe it and bake it again. Like, you can just do so much with mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes is good. You can put sour cream and chives and bacon bits in it. It's just so good. Shepherd's pie, exactly. Potato waffles. Potato waffles, ooh. Can't say I've had potato waffles. Are we talking like potato-based waffles or like waffle fries? I had shepherd's pie for the first time and I don't know how to feel about it. What kind of shepherd's pie was it? Because I love shepherd's pie. So when I say what kind of shepherd's pie, did it have a pie crust base? Because I used to make shepherd's pie when I was doing my apprenticeship, and we'd actually make it an actual pie base with the mincemeat gravy filling, and then the mashed potato on top, and the cheese over top of it. It was like, the texture throws me off. Really? Okay. Like mashed potatoes, toss an egg and a bit of flour in there, and put it in the waffle iron. Oh, okay, okay. I see what I see. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Ma. I see what I see. Yeah, I'm picking it up. That sounds really good, to be honest. Because to me, that actually sounds. That just sounds like a waffle fried croquette in a sense. Because that's almost what a croquette is. Like mashed potato, throw an egg in there, a bit of flour, but then you just mold it into like a nugget, and then you fry that nugget off. But yeah, that. Ooh, instead of frying it off, put it in the waffle line. Ooh. There was no crust, and it had corn and other vegetables. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's. Oh. Do you like pie in general? Like savory pie, for that matter? Plus potato and meat. Oh, potato and meat. That's a killer combination right there. Mashed potato and steak. Oh. That's probably just the Aussie coming out of me. That's probably just the Aussie coming out of me saying that. Okay. Set. Let us... You know what I will do quickly? I will throw this back in the freezer. Throw this back in the freezer because I need to find what cutters I have.
Oh, okay.
Would you have fun on your lurk? Thank you for the support and the lurk. And yeah, I hope all goes well while you're doing your lurk. Where are my cutters? Oh, there are my cutters. You know. I don't think I actually have a lot of just circular cutters, which is a bit of a. Oh no! Whoa. That means I'm gonna have to make them that big. I hate pie crust. It's always too crunchy. Oh, breezy. That's okay. It's okay. I adore pies. I love pies. But again, that's just because I'm an Oz. No! Oh, I got another one. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. All's well. Yeah, I absolutely love it. And the texture is weird. So, How do you feel about pie crust for sweet pies, though? How do you feel about pie? See, I'm all for it. Like, for the meat pies, I think for me, I've just got over the fact that I don't see it as a weird texture, but I see it as it's a texture in itself. And I get over it because you've got this amazing snack lunch food that you can like it's the bowl for the pie meat and the innards. It's all there, and you can eat the base. Sure, you've got pastry flakes all over the shop now because you've just had flaky pastry. But you don't have to do any washing up besides lick your fingers. It's just the perfect on-the-go food. Besides a pasty. I'm thinking I'm going to cut them into this shape. And I'm going to cut them into this shape here. So because it's... I don't want to do it... That's going to be too big. That's going to be like canonically accurate Cottonee. That's a canonically accurate Cottonee right there. So that's out. That's out. This one I think is going to be a bit too big. I think this is going to be the perfect size. So we cut the discs into this size, we pipe about that big, and then we put this over the top. I'm so glad. I have that size, but I'm also wanting to buy more round cutters. I can make cutters with a 3D printer, but it's easy just to buy them, to be honest. Pasties of life, yes. It was actually when I did the Cornish pasties? I did a pasty stream, so I make pasties on stream. And I had somebody pop in and say, did you know that the pasties used to have two sides to them? Like, they put two different fillings into the pasty for the miners. And I was like, this is lore I have not known of. What? So yeah, apparently they used to have a dessert side of the pasty and a savory side of the pasty. And this was just mind-blowing. It's like, what? That's amazing! Okay, so I don't really... Oh! Tearing the paper. I was gonna say, I probably shouldn't put that on the stove because it's gonna heat up and it's gonna be weird. I could just eat the filling. I purposely avoid the crust. I mean, I take a bite of the crust first. If it's too crunchy, then I'll eat the filling. So that's where I think a pot pie will probably be your jam, Breezy. I reckon a pot pie would be your jam. No crust, all pie. You know, I'm actually going to I'll use this side. Doesn't matter if it's a bit jagged. Oh. Disc. Discus. There we go. Because initially it's just gonna... Oh no! No, it broke. It broke it, it did. There we go. This is probably a little bit thicker than 2 mil. Probably about 3 mil or something. Should be fine though. Always, yeah. Pot pies are good, but they've got to have the right filling, I would say. Like, that's where you got to have like all your corn and diced beef or diced lamb, diced chicken. Like, can't be minced. You can't have a mince filling in a pot pie. It needs to be extra. Shiraz too, like having a beef Shiraz pot pie. Maybe even a Guinness or Guinness pot pie. But what are your thoughts? I think I asked as well. What are your thoughts on sweet pies, though? Like meringue pie and would you say that like a cobbler is considered a pie? Apple pie. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! That one's gonna break. That one's gonna break. I don't like chicken, so steak's always first choice. Very interesting. Okay. I actually had a friend who was somewhat the opposite. Like, he's okay with chicken, but he doesn't like beef and all the other types of meats. And yeah, it's very interesting to see people's viewpoints on other types of like meat and food preferences, in a sense. But let me just I'm gonna cut out one more, then I'll probably just sort of bunch this up, put it in a bag, and we'll just run with that because we don't need to make too much of this. Spartan! Hello! I don't know what to make for dinner, but I have chicken. What kind of chicken? What cut of chicken do you have? Russell's back! Russell, my resident crow, is back in the backyard. Currently strutting this stuff. But, yeah. Yeah. Boston cream. Nah, it's gonna be normal chicken breasts. Oh, okay, so you could do, and also before that, key lime, apple peach. Yeah, so I think I always get confused, like, would you consider like a cobbler to be a pie? Or even a tart? Would you consider like a tart to be just a small pie? Like, Boston cream. I think I've had a Boston cream in the past, but I actually can't. I don't want to say that I have when I feel like I haven't, if that makes sense. Alright, so they're going to sit in there until we need them again. That should be enough. Alright, so let's get on to making the choux pastry. But yes, Spartan, we're going to be making these choux pastries, these cream puffs, look like Cottonee from Pokemon. I am super excited. It's actually a cake. Ooh. Okay. So, what is the definition of a pie? Oh, You see, that's a... If Jason was in chat, he'd be able to link you a picture of what... So there's a picture on the internet called the cube rule. And depending on what sides of the cube are lit or sort of in play, will tell you what it is. So if the top, so if I can think, what is it? The top part, the middle part, and the bottom part of this cube is lit, then it's a sandwich. So that means that cakes, no, top, middle, and bottom is a cake. So burgers are considered cakes. Like, it's something stupid like that. If it's sort of like a cylindrical thing, then it's a wrap? I can't remember, but there's a cube theory. There's a cube theory, and it's just like burgers are cakes. It's like no, burgers are sandwiches. Hot dog is taco. Yes. Now that one I can fully get behind the hot dog taco because we have a delicacy here where you get a square loaf of bread. You cut the slices. You get the sliced bread. You put a snag in the middle of it. You fold it up. Sauce, grilled onions, maybe some mustard. Aussie taco. It's a snag in bread, but it's an Aussie taco. Boston cream donuts or Boston cream pie is amazing. Might have to double check Boston cream to make sure that I have had it or not. I feel like I have. I'm pretty sure I've had like a cream-filled donut, and it's probably Boston cream, but still. But yeah, so the chicken breasts, you could do schnitzels, you could cut them up and make tendies, you could... what else could you do with them? I feel like there's other things you could do too. You could dice it up, and if you've got some noodles, or if you can get your hands on some noodles, some bell peppers and something, you could do a stir fry. You could cut them smaller and make nuggies. You could, drawing a blank because that's pretty much what all I would do with them as well. Pies, I like quiches. I like cookies. There he is. There's the man of the hour. We're just talking about the cube rule because you were the one who sent it to me. Pie, definition, a baked dish of fruit or meat and vegetables, typically with a top and a base of pastry. Yeah, so that's where lemon meringue pie throws me out, because is the meringue considered the top of the pie, or the pie case? Case? Lid is what I'm looking for. Pie lid. Yeah, is the meringue the lid of the pie? But then you've got an apple pie which might have a lattice over the top. So is that really considered a full covered lid? I mean, you could, yeah, I would say that the meringue is the lid, because you've got shepherd's pie, which is the potato is the lid. So a tart would be an open. I think we've sold it. Tarts are convertible pies. Because if you think about it, a car with a hard top is a car, right? But when it doesn't have the hard top, it's a convertible. So tarts are convertible pies. Cereal is soup, exactly. Love how I just got out of bed and I was subconsciously called to get on stream. It's like, oh, they need me. Back for a little hello, everyone who wasn't here for my earlier greetings. Well, welcome back, Talis. Pies are hard tops. Hang on. Pies with hard tops are calzones. We're going down that hole, are we? Calzones. Let's get on to the next part of the recipe as well, because we've done the first part, and now that we've got the discuses set, cut, and ready for the things, we need to start making the choux pastry. So, what is it? Yeah, 136 grams or 136 mils of water, 115 grams. Let me slow down. I'm getting into the zoomies again. So, it's 236 ml of water, 115 grams of butter, half a teaspoon of salt, 145 grams of flour, and 4 large eggs. I think cereal is a soup. Cereal is a soup. It's breakfast soup. 100%. Cereal is breakfast soup, and the Lion King is Hamlet with lions. I just remember that Big Mac is a cake. That's exactly what we were talking about. Burgers are cake. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get our pot. So we're going to put the water, the butter, all of this, yes, all of this. All of this and more on Mind Blown. Yeah, so we're going to put the water, the butter, and the salt into the pot, and we're going to melt the butter into the water. And once the butter is melted, then we're going to add the flour into it and make a roux. And once we get it into a bit of a softball dough, then we're going to take that off, and don't call the police on us. Don't call us because we're telling the truth, okay? They're going to be on our side. Hot dogs, a taco or a burger? Taco. 100% taco. Cereal is breakfast soup. You cannot change my mind exactly. Oh, we don't have brown. I don't have brown. Can I make brown? Is brown a color you can make with a light? I don't know. I love how a pie with a hard top is a calzone, while a pie with no hard top is a quiche. But a slice of pie with a hard top can be classified as a taco. See, that's where I think the cube theory can fall apart real quick. Because are you talking about the whole dish or the served dish? Puce. Ew. Ugh. Why? Why must you come into my chat and try to change my colors to puce? Ew. Why? Why must you be like this? 136 mil. Oh yeah, it's in the mil category. 220.
Yes. There's your puce. 236. Oh. There we go. Game Boy baking, yes, baking. I'm sure if you mix the colours together, I'm sure you'll be able to make brown. I think if you mix them all together, you just get whites, though. That's the theory.
And that's the thing that changes, though. So when you mix the colours with paint or with dyes, then you will get brown. But when you mix them with light, you get white. So, oh no, not the crayfish. My friends are saying I shouldn't get adult movies to project with my projector. I will be one of those people to say don't get those movies, because why? why would you get those adult movies on the projector when you can just go to designated sites like yellow and red orange? Hang on. Yellow and red orange make brown. Old-timey adulty movies. I know, right? It's like, why? Yeah, so the reason why I just put the water into this jug here is Siva can show up. Titch, zoom in.
Zooming in.
Yeah, so this jug here is actually a scale. So the base of the jug is like the scaling part, but it also is a pouring jug. So I can weigh up water measurements in here. And I like it because I can then pour that into said receptacle. Because it's fun. Titch, zoom out.
Zooming out.
I see Mama TC's just reading back through chat. It's like, on which part? If you mix colors together, I'm sure you'll be able to make brown. That is a lovely thing to say. Oh, you gotta get the fancy equipment. Yeah, you can't just get the projector that you've shown in the Discord. Either you need to get it with the old WD-40, or you need to get one that doesn't distract from what you're actually watching. Like, I don't know about you, but I sort of my mind wanders when there's an obnoxious sound happening while I'm watching certain films. Much like when I was watching Spider-Man Into the Multiverse. Now, I don't want to come off as a meanie bobini and somewhat belittle people in a sense, but I was watching Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse when it first came out in theaters. And there was somebody in the crowd that, let's just say they were very tired. They were a very tired person. And they were snoring. They were snoring through the film. And it was very distracting. I loved the film, and I watched it again with Mum and Pa while I was at home. Because the old Daddy-O TC don't snore that much anymore. That I've noticed anyway. Unless it's really exciting, then he won't be asleep. He's like, ooh. He's like, why? Why are you snoring? Please. And the same snoring person was there. Nah, I watched Into Spider-Verse by myself for the first time. But yeah, they sort of strolled in, they sat down, they're doing their thing, and then yeah, they just let rip. It's like, come on, please. Oh, why am I losing my balance today? I'm actually going to cut this up smaller. That's what I'm going to do. But yes. If I was watching some other content, much like what we were playing yesterday. I'm not going to say what we were playing yesterday and what we were watching yesterday. And I advise people in chat not to as well. Please. My family's here. But yeah, I think if somebody was making sounds while we were watching something like that, then yeah, we'd be not having a good time. Dangerous. Everyone throws Maltesers at them. I think it would have been a bit mean to do that, to be honest, but I missed yesterday as I was in the office. You didn't miss much. You didn't miss much. Anybody who says anything gets a timeout. What is it? Half a teaspoon. Might as well shoot them with BBs. Yeah. Like I said, the bit... To be quite honest, the way that I'm describing the story is the best and most unbelieving way to describe the story. Throwing stuff at them and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, if it was different circumstances, merited. Okay, fine. But the situation that Asher was in, I might devolve into it elsewhere, not here. It was sort of like, yes, but sort of no sort of thing, but still. Was the stuff, hang on, was it the stuff and the things that happened? Yes. Yes. Much sexiness happened yesterday. Let me just, nah, I'm not gonna time you out. I'm joking. We had to score a date in Yakuza over the phone. And they tried to distract us from saying the right things by showing lewd stuff on the screen. I just found the controls hard to work. She's a stud. Oh, thank you. TOS, yes, pretty much. You had to leave early. You didn't miss much. You didn't miss much. Titch. Stove camera on.
Activating stove camera.
There we go. Let's get that going. Let's weigh up the flour next. So we get our flour ready for when the butter has melted. No, I turned it off. Thanks, Cupid. You have a stubborn dog. What kind of dog do you have? What kind of dog do you have? I'm actually very intrigued. We'll actually... yeah, you did. You did. All of them. And some very low-angle cutscene shots. The VOD is still up there. If you want to scan through and skip through to the good bits, if you will. Preferably when I'm not failing. But yeah, we're actually having a discussion about dogs yesterday at work. So it's a Stafford Bull Terrier. Oh, cool. Nice. I like doggos. Yeah, we're having a discussion yesterday about dogs and the fact that I love corgi crosses. Because it's just whatever the dog was, but smaller. It's at the end of VOD last 20 minutes. Ah, perfect, thank you. Back to the lurks. You'll probably be done by the time I get to lunch, 12:40. Hope it all works out well. We'll see how we're going today. Like, we should have been well and truly done-ish by now. But we're just having a good time having a chat, so we'll see what happens. But 12:40, probably be finished by then. But if you're not back by then, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the lurk. Thank you for the support, and I hope work still goes well and easy. I'm pretty sure she has Hound in her too. Oh, okay. But yeah, I just love the fact that when you cross a corgi with something, it just turns into what the other dog was, but smaller. So a husky corgi is just a small husky, like a small dumpy husky, and it's just adorable. They have the biggest bums of the doggy world. Yeah, they're dummy thick. You don't really want a corgi husky, yes. Oh, so what have I seen? I've seen German Shepherd corgis. I've seen the husky corgi. Apparently, so when I was talking to the girl at work, her mother-in-law had a blue heeler corgi. So it looked like a blue heeler, but it was just really dumpy and small. It's like, that's adorable. It's so cute. Me said I want to get these 2 movies for my projector, but it'll cost me $400. Wow. I mean, you are technically buying history, so I can understand why it's expensive. What if you were to cut your losses and get 1? Would that be something that you could consider? Titch? Camera off.
Deactivating binge camera.
It looks like a corgi. Yeah, it looks like a corgi. It's disguised as another breed. Yes. It's so cute though. Pretty much. You have to go. Have a good one. Well, thank you for sticking by for as long as you did, Breezy. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for having a chat, and I do hope to see you soon. Titch, plug the socials.
Here is TC's socials.
Why didn't the YouTube pop up there? I have a YouTube as well. I know why. Because I need to do exclamation socials for that one. So here's some places you can find me. I'm on Twitter, Insta, Discord. I'm going to do it again because... There we go. Did mine actually go through? Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Jason. Mine didn't actually type through. Probably for good reasons. So yeah, I have a YouTube. All of my cooking VODs go in there now. So there are 3 VODs there at the moment. The cannolis, the soup, and a 3rd one. Hi, YouTube! So yeah, all my VODs go into there. I am thinking about adding some other videos there in the future. That's just because one of the games that we're going to play, I do want to put onto YouTube because I think it will do well there. But yeah. Yeah, all my during the week stuff is not going to be posted just because I don't want to say I'm not happy with it. It's just it's going to get lost in the crowd of all the other things. Whereas the cooking stuff, that's what I want to be known for. I want to be sort of seen, TC Cooking Man sort of thing. But YouTube is going. Hang on, YouTube is going to know adult movies on eBay. What have I done? What have I done? No. I said this last week too. I said this last week that I was going to. Alright, so flour into the mix here. I said I was doing this last week. So if you weren't paying attention last week, that's on you. Alright. So now we're making a roux. Not a kangaroo, but a pastry roux. Hey, who's bonking me? Cupid's bonking me. Chef, have you done grocery shopping? No. Because I've been super lazy.
Eternal and Bear wants to see what's in your fridge.
Well, Eternal and Bear is going to have to wait. Sorry. I'm just, I'm going to cook this up. I think it's pretty much ready. Yeah. Give it a wee bit more, just to make sure. A bit more heat. Roar! Go! Sorry, I'm not sure if the mic's getting cut out. Yeah, it should be pretty good. So let that sit onto the side for a second. Yeah, he has to go shop. I've got stuff in there. It's just not a lot. He's okay. So let me carefully pull the cable up this time so I don't kill. Yeah, I was gonna say, have you now lost your points to end the stream? Titch? Zoom in.
Zooming in.
There we go. Swedish erotica on eBay. What? I'm not going to show what's in the freezer because there's nothing in the freezer. I need to do shopping this weekend, but still have enough of that. Nice. So yeah, still got my cheeses. More cheese. More cheese. It's all organised now. My sodas. That's ham. Nice. No ice. Hang on. Well, there's the freezer. We've got our discuses here. I got butter, filet pastry. There we go. There's some ice. There's ice. I have one ice cube. Oh. I don't remember. I got to sort of hold the camera up. I got corn. Corn. Peas and corn. Cheese. Discus. Yes, the discuses. I've got beetroot. I've got 2 lots of baconaise sauce. And mayo. Baconaise. My beetroot. Sliced beetroot. That's some good stuff. That's some good stuff right there. Still got my pesto and stuff in the back. My minced garlic paste. My umeboshi paste, puree. I actually cleaned out some stuff today. I made sure I cleaned out some stuff so I don't have the whole... Oh, I need to throw that out. I got lettuce in the back. I got a carrot. Might eat that after stream. Cream, which we're going to be using today. A single habanero pepper. Eggs. Gotta have eggs. 2 lots of cola, because I was having some Bundaberg rum and cola on Kev's stream. I've got some rum here. I've got Captain Morgan. That's going to be after stream. I got some vegan aioli and some garlic aioli. I have barbecue clean. I've got kimchi. I've got mineral water. A couple of Guinnesses. That. The bacon soda, as always. Ginger beer. Cider. Teriyaki sauce. Sweet chili sauce. The Fago, which I still haven't drunk. Still haven't drunk that. Lettuce. Damn, TCB ball and hell yeah. I got cream, okonomiyaki sauce, my apple cider pinoir, balsamic dressing, lemon juice, lime juice, fish sauce, soy sauce. I don't know why I have that because it's almost empty. Katsu style sauce, sweet chili sauce, lemon juice, butter, fat, and ginger. Hopefully you all saw that, and hopefully it hasn't just been a. And I got this, and I got this as 2. Titch, zoom out.
Zooming out.
Respectively, what do you eat? So the reason why I don't have a lot of stuff in my not my cupboards, but in my fridge, is because I work at a supermarket. So a lot of the stuff that I buy for dinner or for lunch is straight from the supermarket. So I don't have a lot of stuff in there because, well, I'm already at the facility where I buy them. I do want to go out and do some grocery shopping because it's easier to have them here as opposed to just going, no, I'm just not going to have any snacks today. I'll get that tomorrow after work. But, starving chef. No, I'm not starving. I'm just picking the food up when I'm leaving work. So... Why so many bacon mayo? Because I buy one bacon mayo, and then I forget that I've got bacon mayo, and I buy another bacon mayo. But yeah. Now lettuce is coming back in. So you should open a PO box so we can ship you food items. I actually am going to start a PO box for other reasons. I have sent a return, or I've sent an item with my return address being my actual address, but I'm planning on sending something to somebody else in the future. And they said, I've got everything ready, I just need to set up a PO box. And I've gone, I probably should do that myself, because I'm now starting to send more things to people overseas that I probably should consider not using my actual address. Because, look, I'm not too fussed about people knowing... When I say I am fussed about many people knowing it, but certain people I'm okay with knowing my address. I say this because I've put my address down for, like, Amazon, some stuff on Instagram, eBay, and it's just like, well, these are big companies to know where I live. But I understand, like, random people on the internet, you know, might want to know where I live and stalk me. And I don't want that. I should be more considerate about that. But the people I give my address to, I've known them for a bit, and I know them not to do that kind of crap, but... Well, if you keep the return address on that package I sent you, Ember, that is my address. So, what is bacon mayo? Bacon mayo is pretty much mayonnaise that's got like bacon flavoring in it. So it's just, it's just, you know, adding more bacon to your bacon life. But yes, how are you meant to have cocktails if you got no ice? I need to fill the ice up, and plus it's winter, so I try to have more warm cocktails, like mulled wine and I forgot what it's called, but it's the one. It's like it's like an egg custard sake, and that's some good stuff. Hey, now I could surprise visit you if I came to Australia. That is very true, and I would be very scared. I'd be very scared, and if you were to do that ever, I would probably just drop your full name on you anyway, because yeah, it's pretty much like eggnog. It's pretty much eggnog. Because that would scare you, because without being coming off creepy or something like that, so I did names Ember Eternal, yes, doxed. Now there was something that I did a while back, not maliciously, but it did link me to a page that had your full name on there. So I was thinking, do I scare her with giving her the full name on the address? Like, no. She's told me her first name before, and I've seen slipping here and there. There was a stream that you did a while back that you actually had your name displayed, but I don't think many people were paying attention or noticing, so... I would call you when I first got here. Yeah, it's alright. Again, that's why I'm all fine and all okay with sending you my address, because I know that you're not going to be the one to be malicious about it. But yeah, Cupid out here doxing Ember. This is why I use a fake name and delete that VOD. Oh, so that name that name that you told me was still fake. Oh, the layers. Ooh. This girl's prepared for everything. She looked at Twitch and she looked at the internet and said, I need to be prepared, just in case. I have 20 alternative Twitter accounts, all with different names, all with different addresses. You'll never find me. Yeah. Yeah, there's another site that actually has your name as well on there. I can message you later about it. I won't talk about it here, but I can message you about it a bit later. But still, I don't want to say and so you should, but I'm glad that you do trust me, because I feel like I am a trustworthy person. There's a reason why a lot of people at work turn around and say, I'm going to tell you this, don't tell anybody else. And it's like, well, first of all, I don't care and I'm not listening, but yeah. It's all good, it's all good. So, alright, so, we're cooking stuff. No more doxing people, we're cooking stuff. But, so yeah, now what we've got here, I trust TC to perform surgery on me. That is a very high level of trust that you should not have. No, because look, I might be good at, piping stuff and, writing with piping. You ever see that meme on the internet where it's like, show me your hands and then show me what you do? Like, let me just sort of, let's see if we can do it here. See the twitch in my hand? See the twitching in my hand? Some days I'm a real, not like a nervous wreck, but I'm got a real twitch in my hand. After Kev's stream playing Raft with him, I was sort of just sitting there having a chat with these guys after streaming, just talking this, that, and the other, you know, having a bit of D&M, and I got my hand hovering over the mouse, and I was shaking like a French soldier. It was just like, whoa! Sure, I didn't have much to drink or to eat, and that probably didn't help, but it was like, After I do gardening with the whippersnipper, yeah, I'm sort of like drinking water. So oh, enough silly nonsense. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this into the benchtop mixer just to beat out the rest of the steam. So usually what you would do if you were working in a professional establishment like a bakery, or pretty much just a bakery or a restaurant, you would put this straight into the mixer after it's come off the stove, just to really whip the air out, or whip the heat out of it as fast as possible. But because we've got time and, you know, we're just having a bit of a chill sesh, we can let it sit in the pot for a bit. What you would usually do at home is you just let it sit in the pot until it's nice and cold, and then you would get onto it, but... Bowl. In the meantime, we can get our... Yeah, so I'm not sure... I'm sure the camera might fog up, but can you see the steam coming off it? So that's bad for the eggs. That's bad for the eggs. So you don't want to scramble the eggs in there. You want it to be nice and smooth. So the next part of the recipe is we're going to beat the eggs, and then we're going to mix it into the mix slowly. Spicy. So the actual recipe, exclamation recipe, for people who want to see the actual recipe, and I want to do a cook-along one time. I want to do a cook-along in the future, which would be really fun. There's some other things I want to plan in the future as well, but next week will be a bit of an indication of what's happening there. Yeah, so the actual recipe says to beat the eggs up and then put it in 4 additions. What I am used to doing is just putting the eggs straight into the container and then doing 1 egg at a time, 1 egg at a time, 1 egg at a time. We'll do what the recipe says. Follow the recipe today. So 4 eggs, 4 large eggs, 700 gram eggs. There we go. It's about 200 ml. Recipe was right. It's as if they've measured it before. In the bin, I've got a bit of egg juice in my hands. That's not the right word to use, is it? Egg juice. It's not egg juice, it's egg white. I've got a phrase in my head, and I'm not going to say it, but if anybody says it, I will ban you. Not ban you, I'll time you out. You have a 2-minute ban. So yeah. I'm being harsh, I know. It's probably just going to be like a 1-second timeout. Why no scrambled egg? Because we don't want it to scramble because we want it to be a smooth velvet texture. We don't want it to have lumpies in there. Okay? Like when it's mixed and ready to pipe, how do we put this? Like we want the eggs to sort of be a small part of the raising agent in there. But we also want it to be the binding as well. If that makes sense. Remember when you timed me out for like 5 years? It wasn't 5 years. It was 10 minutes. It's not being over dramatic. It was 5 minutes. It was 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes. Hey, you did the same to me as well. All right. You timed me out for the same amount of time. I found out how to make it a 1-second one. It's called Purge. So if you type it, so you do the timeout purge, it's 1 second, and I think it just deletes everything they've ever said in the chat. Which, sad enough, would pretty much be half the chat today. Felt like 10 years. It was not in malicious intent, okay? It was in comedic. It was in jest. So... Alright, so... Looks like we are almost ready to start adding the eggs now. talking about stream things at the moment. Something I wanted to do before stream, and I got it all set up, but it didn't work, and it was really weird. I wanted to do a quick button shout out system, so I could just push a couple buttons on my stream deck and push a button and shout somebody out. But for some reason, I have to actually manually type it in, and it won't accept the fact that I've got a pre-loaded message on a button to activate the shout out clip. It will do the shout out and all that kind of stuff, but it won't pull the clip up. And it's like, this is dumb. Like, that's the whole point of the shout out, really, at the moment. Shouting out, obviously, it shows you the link to drop a follow to these people that I'm shouting out, but the other half is like, you get to see who they are from the clip. So, this is dumb, this is weird. I'll do some shout outs a bit later. I'm being slack on my shout outs, I know. I've been very slack on my shout outs, but that's half because, like, I'm Yum. Yum, yum, yum. I feel like I need to, not that I want to take that away from you, Ember, and thank you for the biddies, but I feel like I need to put that on a time down. Oh, no, not a time down, a cool down. Change that to something that's going to be a cool down. Because, was it that one or was it something else? So what's happening at the moment when I put the stuff onto the YouTube, a lot of the a lot of the redeems I have play songs, which can be flagged for TOS on YouTube. And that was one of them. But I don't think it was flagged enough. Why cool down over... Let's take into account what Jason did last week. Alright? Let's take into account what Jason did last week. He dropped $6 and shot a full clip of bullets at me. It's not you that I'm worried about, it's somebody else. Alright, let's start adding the egg into this, so... It is true, exactly. I trust you to be somewhat
Here
civil.
comes the
Boy! Hello, boy!
I love that one.
Welcome! Here he comes! There he is! Here comes the boy!
I love the misdirect on that one. I've actually thought about doing that as a as something else too, changing it from a biddies thing to something else. But I don't know if I want to go down that route, because I want to play the video clip or the animation that I've seen with it. So when I first heard that sound clip of Here Comes the Boy, it was somebody that did an animation, and it's got the camera facing a raccoon, like a raccoon's back, and it sort of zooms in when it does the sweet part, and then when it gets to the real harsh bit, he turns around, he's just got this big derpy look on his face. It's like, I love this so much, I need this more in my life, like, it just works so well. And then I think from there, that's when I started hearing it for other, like TikTok trends and stuff, and it's like, nah, it will forever be the derpy raccoon video for me, always. Mr. Chungus. Mr. Chungus. Well, it looks like we're going to do this 5 times then. We need to add some food coloring to this too, because I want this to be green as well. Nearly forgot. So that's going to be the added thing to this as well. We're going to add a little bit of green to this, because although we're going to have the green discus on the top, I just want to make sure this is green as well, because Cottonee is green all over. His shiny is orange. Spooky season is approaching. It is approaching. And I have some ideas of what I'm going to play, but I have very little plans of what I'm going to make. I'm thinking I am going to make taffy during that time. I'm thinking about making some taffy. I was going to make taffy last year or at the start of this year, but something happened. Oh, that's right. I was going to make taffy, but then I lost my power for a week. Oh, I remember now. I remember. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I lost my power for like 2 weeks. And the two things I was going to make, which were the rock candy and the taffy, that got put on hold, and I just never got around to doing them again. That's right. So I could do taffy. I could make some taffy during Halloween because, you know, it's a sweet. I'm sure Taffy would dig taffy. Yeah. Taffy for taffy. There we go, stupid Nortons. I have my Nortons pop up. And it's like, you know, oh, Nortons has done scans and stuff, and it's covering half of my chat. And then when I go over to try click and close, it's like, oh, now I'm gone. Oh, I'm too quick for you, son. So damn you. Oh, Sarah, hello. I can't hear. I'm on someone else's stream. Oh, but I want to say hi. Hello. Good luck with your cabbage pastry. Thank you. What? What is it? What's the thing for thank you? Is it that? I'm trying to. I would love to learn sign language. Out of all the languages out there, Japanese, German, Gaelic, sign language. Those are the ones I want to learn. Sign languages to be so useful. But thank you. Have fun on this stream that you are on at the moment, and hope all goes well. Although you won't be able to hear that. Yeah, I reckon sign language would be a really fun language to know and have under your belt. Just be able to. For me, I would have loved to have learnt it through when I was at the club, or when I was out in the town in the nightclubs. Just to be able to talk to my mates in sign language because the music is too loud. Because there's nothing worse than having to talk to somebody at the club, and you're pretty much shouting in their ear directly. That's why my plan was you talk behind their ear. So you direct your voice and direct your mouth behind their ear, so you're not actually screaming into their eardrum. Sometimes worked. But yeah, sign language would be fun to learn. And I'm not sure if there's a difference between like American Sign Language, like English, Japanese, German. Like I'm not sure if there's a difference between those sign languages as well. So I reckon that'd be a interesting thing to learn too. Like, if you do this motion in English sign language, you have just insulted somebody's mother in French sign language. It's like, ooh, okay. Note to yourself. Learn this for later. Okay, so now we are going to start piping our shoe pastry. So, and I guess question for everybody at home at the moment, if you don't speak a second language, or just in general, what is a language that you would like to learn? What language is out there that you think that you don't know already, besides, if somebody says, I want to learn proper English, then get out. Or proper whatever they speak at the moment. But, yes, yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what, because I feel like Japanese is a very, I don't want to say basic one. Like a lot of people want to learn Japanese. Because I don't want to be mean and belittle in that sense, because, well, I'm one of those people. So I want to learn better Japanese. I know bits and pieces. I can ask where something is, but other than that, I'm just going to be like, konbini wa doku desu ka? Nan desu ka? Nani? Kimi wa omotenashi da arigatou gozaimasu? Biru futatsu biru? Onigai? Pretty much just the basic stuff like that. Like, I'm gonna use the biggest round nozzle I have, actually. And then my piping bag is here. Perfect. I want to learn Spanish, so when I go get Mexican food, I can ask them. So you want to go to the Mexican restaurant and speak to them in Spanish for them to turn around and just like, I'm Portuguese. I don't know anything you said on Portuguese. Man, this is Panda Express. But I feel you. Like Spanish, because oh, what is it? I don't want to say Cantonese or Mandarin, but Spanish is the second most spoken language in the States, is it not? Am I right to guess? I don't want to say assume. I want to guess that. It's guessing. I'm right to guess that, yeah? So I think the second most spoken language here would be Mandarin. And then, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's... Yeah, I thought so, yeah. So, out of all the languages for them to teach in your schooling system, I think Spanish should be the first and foremost. And then obviously selective ones. Because, what do they teach here? Most schools here teach Italian. So, if you're doing foreign language study, primary school, early high school, it's usually Italian. Yeah, I know. Like, so can't remember primary school. I don't think so. Primary school we didn't have a foreign language study, but high school's where it's like here's 2 languages you can learn. My music is probably finished right now because it's been 2 hours. Yes, it has. Why don't we put that one on? Oh, we've got a bit of Satoru Iwata in there as well. Cool. Yeah, so when you get to high school, there's like two different languages you can pick from. And for the most part, I always think it was, like, there was always Italian. So my school did Italian, someone else's school did Italian, somebody else did Italian, so a lot of schools picked Italian. I would actually say because we had a very large population of Italian immigrants in the 50s and 60s, maybe? So maybe that's why Italian was in there. But my school actually had Indonesian as well, which I am very annoyed at myself now that I slept on Indonesian and just thought that's just a throwaway language when I'm ever going to go to Indonesia. Because there's a lot of Indonesian talent out there. Let's just say I'm a weeb, it's hololive. And yeah, there's a lot of Indonesian talent out there, and I would like to know what they're saying. It's like, damn it, I could have learnt. But I chose not to because I was just being one of the cool kids, but still. Spanish was a mandatory class, but then it became an elective. Okay. That's what happened with ours too. So year 7 and 8, it was like a mandatory elective, and then from then on it turned into you get to choose it if you want. So I didn't have to do it, and that's where I kicked myself because I would have loved to have studied a proper language and learned a second language, but yeah. How much time do we have left on what? In life? We've got all the time in the world in our lives. But for today, all the time. So, let me just... I'm going to do it about that. Probably should make it... Yeah, I'm not too happy with that one. There we go, that's a bit better. That's it. Am I covering the camera a bit? I think I am. There we go, we all heard that. He reacted to the bag. I need to run to the shop and it closes in 45 minutes, but it's just around the corner, so I'm trying to calculate how much longer you'll be on. Just want to see the finished product. Go to the shop. Go to the shop. It's going to close in 45 minutes and it's just around the corner. Go do your shopping, okay? Drop a lurk, go do your shopping, you'll be back in time, okay? We're still going to have to put this in there for another half hour. The bag sound, I know, right? Never mind. Okay.
Oh,
There we
okay.
go. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I might actually just leave one... I might just leave it just at the one at the moment. Might refrigerate the other stuff and bake it at another time. But, yeah, so that's our base. Freezer. So, yeah, don't want to make too many of these. Not have enough of these. So these just go on like so. Well, 4 left. I think that should be enough anyway. There's a lovely thank you. I'm hoping that they turn out exactly how I want to as well. Is this... I want to play on this? Sort of. Just want to keep myself a bit more... Put them in the oven now. Make sure I can get enough room for that. There we go. Titch. Start a 30-minute timer.
Okay, starting 30-minute timer.
Titch. Stove camera off.
Deactivating stove camera.
Alright, Titch. Oven camera on.
Activating oven camera.
Wow, look, I've got them in the oven. We can see in real time how they react. Perfect. I mean, in saying that too, I could also... Which way is it wanting to... Left or right? Right. Left. I did something wrong there. Nope. Nope. There we go. There. Perfect. And now we wait. Now we have to wait. So we're going to bake this. So what temperature have I got? I've got it on 180. So pretty much what we've done here. Obviously, we've cooked the, or we've made the crackling paste. Rolled it out, froze it, cut it, refroze it so it's nice and stiff. Made the choux pastry by melting the butter into the water with the salt, adding the flour to make a roux, whipping it or letting it cool and whipping the excess heat out of it, adding the egg to make it velvety smooth, piped it, or we added a bit of colouring because we wanted it to look green, piped it into our shapes, put the discs on, and baked. And now we're going to bake that on 190 degrees Celsius. I'm doing mine at 180 because I have a fan forced oven. So yeah, 190 degrees Celsius or 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes. So yeah. So now we're just going to have to, now we'll do a bit of cleaning, have a bit more of a chat. And yeah. That's pretty much what we're up to at the moment. It's just the waiting time. This is the only part of making choux pastry on stream that I am hesitant about, because we have to wait for it to cook, and then we have to wait for it to cool down, and then all that other boring stuff as well. But yeah, we'll get there in the end. We'll get there in the end. But let's give these a bit of a soak before I get onto them as well. I also put the rest of that choux pastry. So I've still got about yay choux pastry. I can always pipe that onto another thing later. It'll be good. It'll be fine. Sing, please. Tell the people... Oh, that is loud. That is loud and annoying. That's jarring even through the headset. And I don't know why. I think it might be something in the pipes, to be honest. But regardless of my noisy tap, what's everybody's plans for the weekend? We got anything exciting happening? We're going to go see some loved ones. We're going to go eat some good food. We're going to go see a movie. We're going to... I pretty much got nothing planned besides shopping and maybe some stream stuff. Maybe, like, just kind of thing. I can't think if there's anything really exciting that I want to develop for stream just yet. done all my research for next week's stream. I just have to wait for the second party to jump in and be ready themselves. But yes, they are doing their own thing, and I will wait until they are ready. But yeah. So I guess in saying that too, why don't we divulge a little bit of what's happening next week? So a couple of weeks, when I say a couple of weeks, a couple of months ago, I had a wonderful guest on the channel, the lovely Sailor Andromeda, who retroactively challenged me to a cooking battle. We are doing round 2 next week. So next week we are doing the second round of our cooking battle to determine an actual winner. Because we did run into a stalemate and we ran into a tie between whose food stuff was the good stuff. So round 2 will be commencing next week. I am very excited about that because I always have a great time doing stuff with the wonderful Sailor Andromeda. So the recipe was sabotaged, was it not? I have expressed so many times to her personally that I 110% did not mean to sabotage in a sense. I've read the recipe countless times over, and I have complained about the recipe being the way it was. I feel bad. I feel bad about the whole thing. Like, the fact that I gave her a list of ingredients to get, right? And I was afraid that she just got exactly what she needed. Not saying that she's not the smart person to get extra just in case, but I just feared in that sense, like, you know, she's just got enough to make what needed to be made today, and that's it. So yeah, I was really feeling bad when that happened. So, but I have made sure to the recipe that I have got for her this week. I'm going to make sure that everything is listed proper to the full amount, and I have already informed her about. It was a great stream. It was an absolute blast and an absolute riot, and I'm looking forward to doing that again. And I would say look forward to more in the future because I had so much fun with that one. I'm more likely going to have a blast in the future, or have a blast a bit next week. I want to do more of them. So I would say keep your eyes peeled because there might be more in the future than just, you know, a 2-month, 3-month hiatus between cooking battles. That's any indication to go by. But yes, so yeah, that's pretty much what's going to be happening next week. And then where am I going to? What are some other things to look out for as well? I'm going to be making gyoza in the future soon. I can't remember who. I saw some other people. I saw some other food and drink streamers making gyoza, and I thought, you know what, I want to give that a try. I'd like to give that a try, and I would just forget it, put it in the back of my mind, and then I was cooking some from a frozen pack that I buy every now and again. I thought, you know what, I should probably try and make this myself. So I just said, all right, it's on the list. It's on the list of things to do. With the release of Splatoon 3 coming out in 3 weeks time, I'm going to do a Splatoon cook-up on the day that it launches here. This is not sponsored, this is not promoted and all that kind of crap. This is just me doing me. Gyoza is on the list. It just needs a factory setup. I would call I think it would, yeah, I could call for helpers, but I think, oh, sorry, hang on. Sorry. I think it's just going to be one of those chill days where I just maybe even pull up a chair and just sort of. And I know it's sacrilege for a food and drink streamer to pull up a chair, but yeah, I might just sit there and just have a bit of a chill day. Sort of like what we're having now. Just sit, chat, talk about what's going on. But yeah, I was going to do stuff from Splatoon 2 on the Splatoon cook-up. And I was very excited because it's like, you know, I can get items and appliances to make the product what we were going to make. And then the Nintendo Direct came out that was explaining what's going to be in Splatoon 3. And then what did they do in the Direct? They showed that there's a new vending character that's got new food. So by looking at the Direct and saving the picture and just rattling my brain, I'm going to try my best to make an item from the yet released Splatoon 3. So I'm going to be very excited about that, because there's a lot of stuff that I've never cooked with before, and I've only ever eaten once in there as well. So I'm very keen for that. Splatoon 3 is when. So it's not this weekend. It's not the weekend after. It's the weekend after. It's going to be the 10th? 9th. It's going to be the 9th of September. So, yeah. First couple, I think it's one day. Hang on, is it one day or is it going to be a couple of days? I think if it's on the 9th, then the first week of that month, I'll be playing Splatoon 2 to get myself ready for Splatoon 3, and then the rest of September is Splattember. I'm playing Splatoon, nothing but Splatoon on stream. Still going to be doing food and drink every now and again, but it's just going to be Splatoon 3. So all my other games are going to be put on hiatus. So what is it? Oracle of Seasons is going to be put on hiatus. Code Vein, Yakuza 0, Golden Sun, and then whatever else I'm playing in the meantime as well. I've definitely put Sakuna Rise of Ruin on the back burner for the time being. I'm probably just going to finish that off stream because it's a great game. It looks amazing. It's got, you know, its graphical design's amazing. It's fun, but it's just a very slow, and I want to say, for me personally, I don't think it's a fun game to watch. It's a fun game to play, but I don't think for me to watch somebody else play it, I don't think I'd have fun watching somebody play it. So that's why I'm going to put it on the back burner for a while. That's just my thoughts though. But yes. But then what else is, so also this weekend I'll be making a cake, not on stream, but just off stream. Be making a cake for my grandma's 90th. So I actually picked up a packet, like, shoot me if you will. But when it comes to novelty cakes and commission cakes, I'm going to use premixes because I want the consistency and I want to make sure the cake actually turns out well and good. When I'm making like small cakes on the side, maybe for stream, maybe for loved ones and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to use, I'm going to bake it from scratch and have a bit of blast and find out what's going on with the recipe. But when I'm doing it for a commission and it's going to be a big grandiose cake for a big party, I'm going to use a premix because although it costs a little bit more to buy a premix than it is to make one yourself, you pay for consistency. You always pay for consistency when you use a premix. And I found a cake mix at the cake shop that I usually buy stuff from. Purple Velvet. Now that got me intrigued. That got me super intrigued because I've made red velvet before and I've heard of blue velvet, but I've never seen the three ones that they had there that were out of the ordinary. The orange velvet, the green velvet, and the purple velvet. It's like, what are these flavors? What are these colors? Like, this is crazy. This is baffling to me. Like, I've never seen these and I want to know more about it. So I was going to do a strawberries and vanilla cream cake for her, but I thought, purple velvet's going to be fun. And besides, she's left me with most of the design and
okay.
Food. Once you get back, you gotta tell me what you got. Widget. Rule the channel, which is also moved into other channels as well. So when I turn around and say I've got food at someone else's channel, they'll say to me, "What have you got?" So I got to know. Are you gonna disappear? Yeah, that's what I thought. You disappeared, stupid Nortons. So that's pretty much what I've got going on at the moment. Titch. Camera off.
Deactivating binge camera.
So, I'm hoping. Look, it's only been 10 minutes. Why aren't they rising more? They're gonna rise a bit more. They should. Hopefully, they should. But I'm just getting a little worried. I'm getting a little antsy because they've only just gone in there, and I want to. They're looking pretty good. It's looking very interesting. It's just an interesting concept, putting a sugar dough or sugar paste, because that was more of a paste. It didn't turn into a dough, it was more of a paste in the end. Which, yeah, very, very interesting, very confusing. Oh, you know what I could do in the meantime? Let's try find a way to get these going. So, not only am I going to just make green choux pastry with some green crackling on top, I'm going to give them the leaves on the side and give them the eyes as well. So why don't we sort out some Smarties and try roll out the leaves for the side while we're doing all this. That'd be something to do in the meantime, instead of just sort of standing around and staring into the, yeah. I was going to say stare into the void, but it's like, that's not nice. You guys aren't the void. You're my world. Alrighty, so let me grab my... I'll probably just be sitting here eating the Smarties as well. And the spirit leaves. Let's be honest. Titch. Camera on.
Activating binge camera.
There we go. Thanks, Titch.
Not a problem.
So I need orange, because Cottonee has orange eyes. Does Cottonee get... Ember's back. See? Too easy. You didn't rush, did you? Please tell me you didn't rush, okay? Because it's going to be a while before these Cottonees are done. So yeah, we've got to bake them off, and then we've got to... and we also got to... I'll put them over here. We're going to let them cool before we put the cream in them. Perhaps. Naughty girl. Naughty girl. Gotta take it slow, take it nice and easy, like we're doing today. I think that's gonna be enough for the, that should be enough orange, yeah. That should be enough orange. That should be enough orange. Let's, I want to point out something. I have returned from the enslaved reign care? I slightly looked at the spooky stuffs. Well, I'm actually glad that they are promoting the Halloween stuff at the moment, because I've heard that's when not October, August comes around, September, they start putting Christmas decorations out, and it's like, that's not good. I'm intrigued. What is from the enslaved reign? What the... Oh, I get it now. I get it. Back when I'm having a shower. Oh, you silly rascal. You silly rascal, you, Jason. September is too soon for Christmas. It is. August is too soon. November is too soon. October's too soon. November, mid-November is okay. Mid-November. I'm actually trying to think now. Do I want to run the same Christmas tree I did last year? I was very happy with my Christmas tree last year. Now, they usually wait until end of September to start getting Christmas stuff out. That's not right. Luckily, we have Halloween to stop Christmas from coming any sooner. And apparently, there's places that still do. Here's a good example. Here's a good example, because I want to say it would be in the last 10 years. The last 10 years, Australia's only really gotten into the spirit of Halloween. In my mind, anyway. When I was... From what I remember, say like from 7 till 15, Halloween was never really a thing. It was something that was Americanized. It was something they did over there. It's their thing. Their spooky time. But, yeah, we never did it. And anybody that's tried to do it was met with either ridicule from peers or ridicule from the people that you're trying to trick-or-treat from. There was the amount of times that I heard people try to do trick-or-treating in high school to be met with people getting yelled at and semi-abused because they were just trying to do something fun. It was alarming. It was really very alarming. And I worked with a few people that were sort of the same. It's like, why are they doing an American thing? This is Australia. Why are they doing American things? It's fun. Like, just go have some fun, hanging out with people, dressing up. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Hang on. I want to get a black Christmas tree and put red lights on it. That's a very interesting combo. I'd like to see that if you do that. But yeah, it feels like it was only recently that, to be honest, that I've sort of got into it as well. So when I moved into this place, I think it was about the second year I moved in. A wonderful and amazing concept was developed for the children of this area. Or not for, but for like the Halloween aspect. They went around to each person's house on the street and in the area, the big area that I'm in, and they put a note in the letterbox with a balloon. And they said, we're going to be doing trick-or-treating around this area. So this is, you know, a message from the children's group of the area. And they said, we're going to be doing trick-or-treating this year. If you do not want to be disturbed, do not put the balloon out on your letterbox. But if you are willing to participate in the Halloween tradition and the trick-or-treating, fill up the balloon and put it on your letterbox for us to see. So when we do our rounds, we know which houses to go to. And I thought that was an amazing idea, an amazing concept. Because it saves the fact of, you know, people don't want to be disturbed on that day. Whether it's they do want to celebrate it or they don't want to celebrate it. Some people just don't want to be disturbed. So having that indicator out on your letterbox or out on the side of your house, letting them know, hey, it's safe to come here. I thought that was a really great idea. We put our porch lights on, put on our porch lights. But I think, yeah, for us here, if we had if we did that, people just put their porch lights on anyway, and it's just like, oh, there's another house, and then met with, you know, get out of here, kids. But so the first year I was unprepared. So the kids came up and, trick or treat and all that stuff, and it's like, oh, here you go, kids. I was not expecting as many kids that come by as what did. The second year is when I decided let's do more. This is when I started to really get into Halloween. So I moved my car up the street because I set everything up in the carport, and I don't really have much elsewhere to park my car without having kids sort of walking around it. So it's like, make sure that it's there's no obstructions, so kids can walk up the driveway and not be sort of having to walk around a car to get to where we were. So set my stuff up into the carport, and I thought, what's a good theme, or what's a good thing that I could dress up as? Like, what's going to be fun and interesting? I thought, Mad Scientist. Mad Scientist sounds like a fun thing. Dad's got some welding gauntlets and some welding goggles. I can get a scientist lab coat from a store. All I need to do is just burn a few of the edges and throw some food dye over the top of it. It'll be fun. And I thought, how much more can I do with this? How much more interesting can I go with the Halloween decorations? So I went to the $2 shop and I bought some really large glass jars that sort of look like beakers. I was going to buy some beakers, but I'm not paying up to $200 for a small beaker that I'm just going to be using once. So I'll catch up on chat real quick before I finish my story. I decorate our porch every year, but never a single trick-or-treater. I think you've told me that you live down a bit of a side street though, so it might be accessibility that might be hindering the desired audience and outcome. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame. There might, unless there's like a way that you can sort of put a sign out there saying, this house, get your candy. This house right here, got your candy. But so yeah, I thought we'll get some big glass jars, and I'll use them as makeshift beakers. I mixed up some water and I mixed up some color in the water to make them all different colors. I thought, how can I make this even better? Wait a minute. There's a gas store near Mum's work that sells dry ice pellets. So I bought a whole bunch of dry ice pellets, and when I saw the kids coming along, I scooped some up because I had the welding gauntlets on. I could handle up dry ice safely. So I picked up the dry ice and I dropped them in all the things so they'd all be bubbling and smoking and all of the stuff. So I had this big spectacle of the Mad Scientist. I also went down to a makeup store and I got some Rigid Colonia, I think it's called. Rigid Colonia. So it's like a paste that you put on your skin for like cosplay and makeup, and it puckers your skin. So I put a nice big scar down the side of my face, across my eye, and I went onto a contact lens website and got some whiteout contacts. Just in one eye that was whited out, so I had a milky eye with a big scar across my face, and because of COVID, I wasn't able to do more trick-or-treating stuff. But I had a plan for the next year, if not this year, but it's how much money I want to spend on doing so. But yeah, I had this whole setup, and I had not only that, we've also got Mama TC backing me up with fun gift bags. So because she did, she was doing paper crafts back then, she would make little treat bags that look like little witches' houses and tombstones with all the candy and stuff in there. So the kids got a little goodie bag when they came by my place. So it wasn't just, here's some candy, here's some mint leaves, here's a few minties or something like that. They actually got like a little fun little goodie bag that they could use for other things as well. And so that year I went a little bit extra. Mama TC is the best. She is the best. We went a little bit extra that year too, or I went a little bit extra. So there's a cake/candy shop near my house, or like a couple of towns over, and I would buy cake supplies and talk to her, about cake supplies and stuff. But she also imports candies, so she'll have little chocolate pebbles and Smarties that are individually packaged, so you can get a packet of green Smarties, a packet of blue Smarties. And I was having a chat to her, and she sort of pointed out we've got these raspberry jelly packets that look like they're like blood IVs. And I looked at them and I was like, that is really cool. I like that a lot. And I said, how much are they? And she gave me a price, and I said, all right, how much for this many? And she goes, you know what? Like, she's like, this is very generous of you to do, because I think they were like $3 a pop or something. $3 or $5 a pop. She goes, you know what? I'll get you a box of them. I'll sell it to you for a wholesale price. So I think I got like $10 off the whole shipment. And I got about 15 or 20 packets. And I took them home, and I got a piece of cardboard paper, and I'd write, A positive, A negative, O positive, O negative, AB positive. And I got an Esky, and I propped the box that came with, that all the packets came in, propped it up on there and sort of put them on display. And it's like, yeah, I'm a mad scientist. I've got my beakers here and I've got my test blood. And I give the little blood packets out to the kids. I do not envy the parents who had to deal with them after that. Oh, Nelly. That was pure red syrup. I tried one. So I cut the end off the thing and tried to, it was thick. Like, this is dummy thick. Like, I learned the guards. Thick. Red syrup. And I'm like, oh, I do not envy those parents. Away with you, stupid Nortons. But then, yeah, COVID came around, and I couldn't do the trick-or-treating the year after, because the world shut down. And I did have a costume ready, just in case the kids came around, because I think it got to the start of October, and they turned around and said, because of lockdown restrictions, these states are not allowed to do trick-or-treating. Victoria. And it's like, so the kids can't even come out. Like, I can't even put them out on the thing, and like, they were cracking down on, like, you can't go more than 5 k's from your house, sort of thing. Like, you live here, you can't go to the shops 2 towns over. You can't get your meat from 2 towns over, because lockdown. Thank you, Dan Andrews, you butt. But, yeah. So I actually had a costume ready that was appropriately themed. I dressed up as a ninja, because ninjas have face masks. And I loved the idea, and I loved the concept. But because nobody came out, nobody got any trick-or-treating. The year after that, though, I wasn't sure if the kids were going to come out, so I had everything prepped and ready to go. But I was going to go to my parents' place, and as I was leaving, I saw all the kids out on the street. It's like, damn it, I got to reverse the car, get back in there, and show the kids and show the parents that I'm still doing this. I'm still the fun guy in the area that does Halloween. So, but my plan was, trick-or-treating wouldn't be viable here because it's so isolated. Yeah, I think that's maybe what Ember's dilemma is. Like, because she's a little bit isolated from the main areas, they don't go out that way. Building Halloween rep, exactly. Got to build that Halloween rep. But yeah, my plan was I was actually going to somewhat decorate my carport. So I have a carport in my driveway. And I was thinking about getting some plywood and making a makeshift gingerbread house. So, maybe get some PVC piping and paint it red and white and have that as the load-bearing things, and sort of, depending on how far I want to go, like, make it so the kids have to go in, and then I was going to go, like, full witch. Like, green face makeup, try to get a big honking nose and maybe some chin putty or something, and it's like, come in, my pretties. Have a big smoking cauldron, and it's like, sort of thing. And I would have had a real blast with that, but that was like a plan 2 years ago. And now I am not sure if I still want to do that because of how much it's going to cost to build and decorate a gingerbread house out of my carport and all that stuff. So, I mean, the neighbors' kids don't even pop over. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what your what the situation with your area is. Whether you guys, the people in your area, like to keep to themselves because of where you live. But I mean, if you could also. Oh, how are we looking? They are looking fairly flat, to be honest, but they're still looking pretty good. Titch, start a 10-minute timer.
Okay, starting 10-minute timer.
I'm going to start another 10-minute timer just to make sure, because the whole premise and concept with shoe pastry is you don't want to open the door. So I think it's shoe pastry and what's the other one? Oh, what are they called? Soufflé. That's what I'm thinking of. Soufflé. It's never really a noise thing that ruins the soufflé or the shoe pastry. It's the heat. Oh, we got the pink kitchen. It's the heat. So once you open the door and you release all the heat, then it starts to collapse. That's when it collapses. So you want to make sure that the heat is all around there and you've got a nice crust over the outside to keep it stable. And shoe pastry is definitely one of those things. So don't want to say the best plan is to over bake a shoe pastry, but it's probably best bet to give it a little bit extra. Oh, yo! CJSDCCPHT. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Shark Tank. I hope you enjoy your stay here. How you doing today? Let me just do that real quick. There we go. Yeah. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, evening time zone. And, yeah. Hey, doing great? Ah, it's fantastic to hear. It's fantastic to hear. We are currently just waiting for our Cottonee cream puff shoe pastries to finish baking off. We've left them in there for half an hour, and now we're going to give them an extra 10 minutes just to make sure that the shoe pastry doesn't die in the process. And then we're going to let that sit and cool for a bit, and then we're going to fill and decorate them. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're currently just talking about Halloween and trick-or-treating, and I was also supposed to be trying to flatten these out. I was trying to think of a way to flatten them out too. I was thinking about just beating them with a hammer, but I think that might be a bit over the top. Oh. Okay, yeah, that's an idea. Hey, that actually worked. Actually worked really well. It's almost exactly the size I want. Halloween is my very favorite holiday. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, because I was just saying to these guys before, being an Australian, we're not really big. When I say we're not really big, there's people like myself who are really into Halloween, but there's others who still view it as just it's an American holiday. And I like to also point out that it's not entirely American because, if I'm not mistaken, first and foremost, Halloween is related to, the Day of the Dead in Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. But Ireland has a Halloween tradition as well. So it's not just American. There's a lot of other countries out there that celebrate Halloween in their own right, in their own retrospect. Oh, that was not a very good one. Not a very good squish. There we go. Should I? Pretty sure it was some pagan holiday. I think you're very correct, sir. Yeah. Because that's one of the things I like to point out to one of my co-workers, because he's definitely a it's an American holiday. The kids come to my house and want trick or treat and want candy. I tell them to get stuffed. And it's like, yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that it's not an American thing. Pretty sure people from your heritage and your backgrounds have probably celebrated in the past, and you're just being a bigot. That's a bit better. Perfect. Yeah, so pretty much what we're going to be doing is when the Cottonee cream puffs are done and they're filled, we're going to put these on the side, and that's going to be their little leaves on the side. I'm looking very forward to I would say what's ruined Halloween for most other countries is the American commercialization of it, which honestly I don't mind. If it's a time to get together and just have some fun, I'm all for it. Like, that's why, although I joke around and nitpick and poo-poo and naysay the sporting holidays like Melbourne Cup and the grand final parade day. If it gets people together and they can have some fun, yeah, all for it. The reason why we're doing it is a little bit silly. Like, why do we need to shut our businesses and have a day off? Well, yeah, pretty much have a day off work to watch some people who chase a ball around, some big sweaty men who chase a ball around for a living, and then can't even kick straight. Don't get me started on that. Please don't get me started. TC rants for half an hour about how he's frustrated with AFL. Yeah, used to make me a haunted house for the kids in her neighborhood. Oh, that's cool. That's actually really cool. Honestly, I've thought about doing something like that, but guilty. If it's all in good fun, like, why not? But yeah, like I said, I was thinking about doing that as well. Like I said, making my carport look like a gingerbread house, or like an old leaf hut or something, and then having all the stuff there. Something. Ooh. Talking about things and funsies. Something that I've always wanted to do is, again, it's with the whole witch idea. There's a certain chemical. I want to say chemical gas. It's a safe to consume gas, much like helium. And I'm pretty sure it's not sodium hypochlorite, because that is bleach. It's something else that has a big stupid name, and it's the opposite of helium. So it's dense, and it makes your voice sound super deep. I've wanted to get this because I've seen how they've used it in sort of, what do you call it, like science how-to videos, like Mythbusters and stuff. And because it's so dense, it can actually sit in a glass. And my thought was having like a jar that you fill up with this gas. And then you tell the kids, this here's my monster voice in a jar. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see it, my pretties? And then you sit there and you pretend to drink it, but you're really sucking in the air. And then you'll have this really deep voice, and then you just roar at them and really spook them out, and they'll be like, he actually has a monster voice in a jar, what? And I reckon that would be amazing, but unfortunately this gas, you can only buy it in big silo cylinders, and it's about $1,000. It's like, how far do I want to go with this? How far do I want to go with this little prank and this little funsy for the kids? Do I really want to spend $1,000? But I would love that. I would absolutely love to do that. Next Halloween, I want to dress up and stalk the streets of local towns, maybe spooking some folks. If you do that, please be careful. I would say, please be careful. In the States, you probably could get away with it, like, and not be maliciously harassed or attacked. But I feel like over here, if you were to go overly creepy with your design, and don't want to say like it's your normal demeanor, but with the demeanor that you're going for, you may have somebody who might just try to deck you. And it's like, I don't want to see that, you know. South Australian man gets decked in town because he dressed up like Pyramid Head and, and spooked the locals. Like, please be safe when you do this. Ah! Damn it. What if I were to... I know I said I wouldn't get the hammer, but... Hammer didn't work. Hammer usually works. Hammer? Hammer. But yeah. I'd absolutely love that. Helium would be fun because you could do Pixie Voice. Pixie Voice in a jar. But, well, we are running out of helium apparently, so I don't want to just waste helium on... Leprechaun in a jar. I want to be tall so I can pull out the Pyramid Head look. Oh, I've seen somebody on, I think it was on Reddit or possibly somewhere on YouTube, watching a Reddit thing, and there was somebody who cosplayed as Pyramid Head, and they were in a small town and it was foggy. Like, this was an absolutely perfect photo shoot for him, and it was amazing. Just the lighting from the street lights, the fog, the fact that it was during the night, you know, just his physique and stuff, the cosplay itself. Like, mate, well done. I don't even think I would engage. Like, it's like, yeah, Pyramid Head's not real. It's like, no, he's real. Anybody's real. All right, so how are we looking? I just want to make sure I don't drop that on the floor because that's going to make a big old crash, bang, boom. Oh boy. I can't really ask you guys to say what you think of it. I'm going to, just to be sure, Titch, start a 10-minute timer.
Okay, starting 10-minute timer.
Just to be sure. They still look very pale on the outside and on the side. I just want to make sure that it's cooked properly on the outside. The inside, we can be fine about. But I just want to make sure that if we take it out, they don't just and just die. Just want to make sure. But yeah, still not puffy enough. I don't think that they're going to get any more puffy. If they were going to get more puffy, they would have already done it by now. I think the way to make them more puffy is instead of making them wider, we should have made them taller. So I should have given them like another 2 swirls or something, and that would have made them a bit more higher. But this will still work because we still need to fill the inside with the cream to get the fillets. The fillets. Because a fillet is a word that you use to describe the filling of a pastry, isn't it? What kind of fillets did you put in that pie today? I put a beef Shiraz fillet in there. Yes, fillets. Shut up, TC. Learn proper English, boy. So how many have I got? Was 8. 8 in general. So we're going to need 16 of these. This is pretty much what I did last time as well. I just rolled out some spearmint leaves. Mint leaves. You don't know how long it took me to find these. I am used to these spearmint leaves. So we've got Alan's spearmint leaves. Just a nice little cute thing. I've always known them just as mint leaves. It's just mint leaves. So I was like, where's the mint leaves? Where's the mint leaves? Now they're the Smarties. We're the Smarties. Where are the mint leaves? And it's like, okay, they're spearmint leaves. Ooh, whoop-de-doo. Like, it's a special type of mint. Get over yourself. You're mint, all right? You're mint leaves. I don't care if they're peppermint leaves. You're still mint, all right? Oh, I'm in a bit of a tirade at the moment, aren't I? Okay, so what have we got? What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more. Moo. What are you mooing about? Ugh. You're making fun of me? Making fun of me going on a tirade? It's not very nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Because you know what I also need to do still? I need to clean the mixing bowl. Clean the mixing bowl so we can whip up some cream. Get ourselves ready for that, so... Cow Pokemon. Miltank? Yeah, Miltank. I was gonna say Taurus, but Taurus is a bull. Was there any more milk? No. I was gonna say milk ones. No, not milk. Cows. Yeah, Miltank. Miltank is the only cow Pokemon I can think of. I was thinking of Emboar, but Emboar's a pig. So why do I think Emboar's a cow? Nah. I now know what you're talking about. Now I know what you're talking about. Nah, the fillets for the cream, we'd be using alchemy. So actually my first tweet was about alchemy. The very first tweet I ever posted was about alchemy and when Pokemon Sword and Shield were just about to be released. Because I had my little joke about alchemy and everything there. I decided I want to share with this world. I want to share this with the world. Where am I going to share it? I'll share it on Twitter. Why not? Sure, I had no followers and nothing, and I think one person liked it and thought it was funny. It was still better than nothing. But my little rant about it was alchemy is a cute little Pokemon. I'm probably going to play it in the game. But I wanted to point out a few things about it. So alchemy is a little whipped cream Pokemon. And when it Gigantamaxes, it turns into a massive wedding cake. Or like a massive, when I say wedding cake, it's just like this huge 8-tier cake. And my point of the matter was, it's being a fairy type is weak to steel type. But what else is made of steel? And I posted a picture of a cake cutter. It's like, this makes so much sense and I love it. Like, yeah, of course a fairy type cake Pokemon is going to be weak to a cake knife. It's just logic. It was awesome. Cottonee looks like a cow to you. Really? Looks like a cow? That's crazy. Have you seen Miltank? That's a cow. That's weird. I always saw Cottonee as a cream puff. I always saw Cottonee as a cream puff. That's just me. That's just me though. So how are we looking so far? All right. So once that timer is finished, we'll take them out and we'll just hope for the best. Hope for the best because that has been in there for 50 minutes now, so it's nearly been an hour since they've gone in there. So, well, cow's head. Really? So I might have to have another look at Cottonee. I mean, we're going to make them, but I actually can't see how the cow head... I guess you could say like the leaves, the ears, I guess. But then like, where's the nose part? Like it's a very spherical, bulbous sort of Pokemon. I can't really like... I would have thought, like, you know, a bit of a mouth. Cottonee don't have a mouth. Did I want to? Nah, I won't worry about it. Cottonee has, like, a star leaf, like an ivy leaf on its butt. I thought, oh, we do the ivy leaf, but do I have a small enough cutter? I do have star cutters now. Not going to be too big. I don't know. Brain said cow, and then I saw it. I mean, that's what the brain says and what the brain thinks. Like, I guess you can think it looks however you want, but I think you're wrong. So let's roll out one of these nice and thin. Why are you calling the police on me? What did I do wrong? I didn't mean it. And now it's stuck. Hammer. It's still stuck. Or, let's go peel it. Alright. Look at that. Come on. I think I actually cut these out by hand last time. I know, right? It's awesome. They see, I've got a star now. I just do one. How much time have I got? Might do a few more. Might do a few more a bit later. But I might set this aside for now. Trying to think of different when I say I try to think of different things, people give me suggestions for other things for the lights to do, but I always forget. So I've got one that's like a Splatoon themed style one. So if you go exclamation pink/green, it'll do one side pink, one side green. During certain seasons, we'll have the lights do different things. Obviously, we're in no festive season at the moment, so all we get is calling the police on me, the roadworks. We've also got turn left and turn right, so you can put your indicators on if you want to turn the vehicle either way. Yeah, reacts to follows, as we might have seen before, bits, raids, subs, and it also goes responds to my when I try to be really flirty with the audience, do the old boys to men bubble filter, and it changes the lights as well. Oh dang! I just remembered I got to develop a bunch of film and scan them. Oh, was this film that you took or photos that you took yourself, or is this I was going to clean some crud real quick before anything. Was this film that you took photos of, or was it pre-purchased film? Pictures of your own photos. Nice, nice. What film style were they in? Were they the 8mm? Were they? I mean, I ask as if I know what I'm talking about, but I'm just a bit curious. Like I remember you said you've got 8mm cameras and ways to do 8mm crud, but yeah, it'd be interesting. Yeah.
But what's style? Oh, the Game Boy. Oh, Game Boy's popular today. Wonder how the Game Boy sounds with the screaming tap. I can't hear it, to be honest, but doesn't even change the music. I'm upset about that. Oh, the timer's finished. Okay, so we pull the cotton cream puffs out and hope for the best. Yeah, the random filter just changes
to a random one that I've got, but you can choose which one you want by doing the change filter one and choosing a select thing that you want. I've got 2 reels in 120 film, and I reckon 4 or 5 canisters of 35mm. Oh, nice. Oh, what? Oh, okay. I saw the Australian one, and I thought, wait a minute. Why did the vintage come out of the Australian one? This isn't right. This isn't the proper thing here. The confoundry machine has been mucking up again, you see. Now you can't even see what colour the Cottonees are because they're just sepia tone. Double redeem. But the good thing is, it does change eventually. And now you get to see how I live, everybody. Except for Jason, because you live like this as well. But this is how we live. Why is there not an Australian, vintage Australian? I've thought about not having a... because it's all on a queue system. So the thing is, depending on which ones are redeemed at the same time, it will eventually just, not so much break the stream, but it might just turn the stream white. So I think if I do the beer goggles with the VHS with something else, it'll just turn the stream white. I thought, I don't want to do that. But a vintage Australian, that could work. That'd be fun. That would be a fun one, but yeah, Australian is Ember's favourite. Alright. Titch. Oven camera off.
Deactivating oven camera.
Don't need to see the oven camera anymore because... Titch. Zoom in.
Zooming in.
Let me... Look at that! Oi! Don't slap my cream puffs! No slapping the cream puffs. I just got them out. You're gonna make them collapse. You're gonna make them collapse. Titch. Zoom out. Zoom out.
Zooming out.
Thanks, Titch.
You are welcome.
Oh, hello, chef. Can we make some sink kombucha? I don't think I've got the ingredients for sink kombucha, but I know somebody else who might be able to help you with that, but he's currently having a seasonal break at the moment. But welcome in, hang on, tennis ball. They're pretty much tennis ball. Stop! You're gonna spend your points and not be able to stand my stream soon. Ow. What did you do the smack? Oh, don't smack me. Oh, please don't smack me. So Velms. Volvelms. Hello, how are you doing today? Welcome in. I hope you've been having a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and a wonderful time since the last time I saw you. How have you been? It's okay, I don't want it. Yeah, the bonk is free. The bonk is free, that's why. So these are actually holding up pretty well. Ooh. I'm just going to transfer these over to a cooling rack just so we don't get some sweaty betties. Ooh. Oh my god. Plus, we want this to cool down nice and quick too. So hopefully they're all going to be good. Hopefully it's all going to be fine. Let me move these over to the side. So we are almost ready to start filling these up and making them look pretty. They are going to be the most delicious tennis balls you've ever seen. And they're going to look like Pokemon. So, yeah, we'll get this... should we get the cream whipped now or get it whipped when they're ready to fill? That's a very good question. Don't want to stick them in the fridge too, because if I stick them in the fridge, they might collapse still. And that might be no good. The reason why I want to leave the cream until we actually need it is because I don't want to stick the cream in the fridge and then have it lose its structural integrity. And then they don't really pipe well. But watching some old Batman and Robin, old Batman Robin movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Iceman. Oh, classic. Absolute classic. Nice. Oh, that one. Oh. It was ages ago. I bought a mini box set of those Batman films because I think I would have been like 8 when that one came. Or that one? No, it was the one with Jim Carrey. Batman Forever. Hang on. I think you secretly want me to end stream. To be honest, I want somebody to give it a try. Like, I put a lot of time and effort into making that end stream button, and nobody's using it. I just want somebody to give it a try. I think it's really fun. It's really awesome. It utilizes all the stuff that I've developed over the time of making stuff for streaming. Nobody's using it. They're just like, oh, I don't want you to end the stream just yet. No, keep going. Yeah, we're having fun. We're having a good conversation. It's like, no, I don't want you to end the stream now. I want to see how it works. I want to see if actually it does end the stream and all that kind of stuff. But nobody wants to use it. It's 5 a.m. and you're drunk, and my work shift starts in 6 hours. That's sounds like somebody's calling in sick. That's what I would do. But please make sure that you are in sound mind and body before you go to work. I've heard a lot of people in my time do the whole, I've gone to... Wait, did I put the star away, didn't I? I put the star back into the thing. I put it over there, that's where. So many points. Yes, but to redeem the stream, it's not as expensive, but it is still expensive. So you might not have to worry too much about somebody taking it away from you. I personally eat some food and take a nap. That is a very good point, but the question too is, do you really want to go to work? Like, watched Batman Forever a few hours ago, having a Batman marathon. It's a good kind of marathon to have. But yeah, I think it was about 8 or 10 when Batman Forever came out. Jim Carrey, I forgot his name already. Robert De Niro? Was it De Niro? No. Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones. And yeah, I remember having a mug, a glass mug from Macca's that was Two-Face. Because the handle was shaped in coin, like the glass was shaped into coins. Yesterday I saw Batman and Batman Returns. Are they still the old ones? Yes. Yeah, so Batman... Hang on. Now I'm trying to think about it. So Batman is Jack Nicholson as the Joker. Batman Returns was... Oh, what was Batman Returns? I was going to say Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy was Forever, and that was with Schwarzenegger. Penguin! Ah, it was the Penguin, that's what it was. Penguin and Catwoman. I remember now. Now, who can remember who did what in what film, or who was Batman in each film? I'm sure Velms knows, because you just watched them, but... So the three actors over the films was Val Kilmer. Now I'm trying to think of this. It's Clooney, George Clooney, Val Kilmer, and I know him. He was in Spider-Man as the Vulture. He was, what's his name? I had his name, but then I lost it. What's his name? What is his name? Oh. I've lost it. I'm lost it. Please, somebody help me. Old man TC's losing his mind. Who was Batman in Batman for Returns? I've not seen the newest Batman, so I want to watch all the Batman movies before I watch the new Twilight Batman. The latest The Batman, the Twilight Batman you talked about, it's not bad. It's not bad. I would semi-suggest it. Like it's a very good modern take on the Batman franchise. Very interesting that there's no like metahuman villains in there, but still pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. I hate the ending. I don't want to give away too much, but what they got planned for the new Batmans, I hate. Gotta take a nap soon. Very good idea. Very good idea to take a nap soon. So, yes. They're getting there. They're still nice. They're still warm, so they're not quite there. Michael Keaton, that's the name. Thank you, CJ. Thank you so much. Oh, it would have done my head in. It would have finished stream and I would have forgot, and then it's Michael Keaton. It is. It's Michael Keaton. How could I forget him? Michael Keaton's going to return to a Batman role.
Good job.
Ooh, it was a good job. Thank you. Good job. Yeah, sleep is important. Sleep is important. But if you do wake up and you are still not in sound mind and body to work, just call in sick. I'm not sure. I was having a chat with some people the other day about the working and stuff. I'm not sure what's like sick leave and personal leave is like in the States. But if it is any decent, just take the time off. You probably won't get that time back after you leave. So if you're not feeling well and you've had a good night, you've had a good fun time watching Batman, having a few drinks, and you're not feeling 100% for the next day, don't push yourself to go to the next day. Don't push yourself for work, because they will not take the time and the effort to make sure that you are okay. If anything, though, like you're going to be not so much ridiculed, but they'll probably look down upon you because you've come in and you're not doing 100% of the work that you're supposed to do. So take the time to look after yourself. Okay? That's my thing. Now drinking water, eat some food. Very good. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you, my child. I refuse to call in sick this semester. I need those hours. But I just don't want you guys to bust your butt and not so much do something you're going to regret, but like have things go pear-shaped and just be like do more harm. That's one thing. Do more harm to yourself. I'm a chef and Friday. Hang on. I'm a chef and Friday is a horrible day to work. Yeah, well, it's end of the week. I can fully understand that. Yeah, but still, make sure that you're still in sound right mind and body, because the last thing you want to do is be hungover at work. And again, being a chef, you're dealing with sharp objects, hot objects, and just a lot of stuff that's going to hurt you. And if you're not all there, like, you know, I've got a big old headache and, you know, everything's too bright and my body hurts and I'm just not feeling it, and you might, more than likely, you're going to slip up and you're going to hurt yourself. And the last thing I want to hear is you hurting yourself because you probably should have just stayed at home and had a bit more of a nap. Take care of yourself. Take care. Please, take care. Even Titch wants you to take care. He's piping in. This is like, someone not taking care of themselves? He didn't say anything, Titch. Never mind. Have to work 10 plus hours in an open kitchen. The question is, do you have to, or do you need to well, that's not the right way. That's not the right way to word it. I don't know how to word it, but like, just make it doesn't just go to films out there. It doesn't go to films. It goes to everybody. Just make sure that you take care of yourselves, please. Right? If you are not feeling anywhere near at least 80% when you need to do something, go meet some friends, do something in the backyard, go to work, just anything and everything. If you don't feel at least 80%, don't do it. Just stay at home, have a sleep, have a rest, take some aspirin, take some Panadol, get some fluids, sit on the couch, sleep, close your eyes, close the curtains, just take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves, because like I said, you don't want to push yourself when you know you shouldn't be and do more harm to yourself. Alright? An extra 5 hours of sleep here or there is going to save you months of, say, you driving to work and you accidentally hit a pothole and you veer off the road and you bust your ass. Yes, I did swear. I'm saying it for you, for your sake, please. But still. Yes, mother, settle down. Alright, I'll put you in the naughty corner. Batman and Robin movie just ended. I like it because I saw it so many times when I was young. The nostalgia hits different. Nostalgia really does hit different. And that's the thing, I don't think it came out around that time when I was younger, but I don't think I actually remember seeing it. Exactly. Be good. But I don't actually remember seeing it when I was a kid. I just remember having that Batman mug. So we had two of them. We had a Two-Face one and we had another one. The Two-Face one had the coins on there. Because I don't think I saw it. I think we got it from Macca's and I didn't understand the concept of the character. Like, I didn't know who Two-Face was. I just thought it was some angry, gruff man. He was like, and there was coins and it felt nice. It felt nice. It was my special cup. It was my cup. It was my cup. I'm going to whip up some cream now so we can start somewhat getting these things ready to go. While that's whipping, I'll get my serving plates. And then, yeah. So I'm going to do 3 of them today. I'm just going to do a full thing of cream because I can use the cream elsewhere. Yes, I did. I did bring it out today. I got a little tub that I put my recycling in. It's like, yes, I did bring it with me today. I did bring it in. So I leave it outside at the end of the week after I put it in the recycling removal bin. The wheelie bin, outside. The bin's outside. I put on the side of the curb. And yeah. That old chestnut. That old peanut. I reckon I need to get my hands on a projector that has sound. But did the films that you're getting have sound? I think the question you need to ask yourself is, do you need to learn the piano? Because if you get in the old-timey films, like the Charlie Chaplin ones, I'm pretty sure that what they did there is they would play the film, but then they'd have a pianist play the score as well. So I think that's the question. Jim Carrey is underrated in Batman Forever. Ooh. My controversial take on that is I don't think that he's underrated. I think that he's like it was a good role for him to play, and not even to be honest. He did a good job. He did a good job with the role, and he did an amazing performance. But I don't think that's how I would want to see the Riddler, in a sense. The newest film, even the newest film, I don't think that that's how he should be. He should be the best version of the Riddler that there is out there is the Batman Arkham games. That's the best version of the Riddler I can think of. So he's a little bit maniacal, a little bit comedic, but he's arrogant. He's over the top. He thinks that he is better than Batman. So this is why he's doing the puzzles and the tricks and stuff like that. But then he gets mad when he he gets mad when he fails, but he gets mad as well when he succeeds. Like, he wasn't expecting him to beat it so fast, but then he gets mad. It's like, I thought you were better than this. You were supposed to be my equal. Apparently Tommy Lee Jones hated Carey's guts ever since then. Well, I could see that. Because, yeah, so I put a little bit of sugar and then ice and sugar to help stabilize the cream, but still. Yeah, most of the Super 8 films had sound on magnetic strips. Oh, so like an extra... Okay, that's interesting. Can I show our new friends the cool stuff? So what cool... You mean that? I shook my headset off. Oh. So I could watch films like Tora 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 and Planet of the Apes and whatnot. Was Planet of the Apes on there? What film was Planet of the Apes on? When was Planet of the Apes released? That's a good question. Silly Ember, silly. There's going to be a time when I don't have that whipped cream. It's getting close to the expiry date, and the more you do it, the more I eat of it. I don't use it for anything else, you know. Sort of. If I want to be real fancy with my hot cocoa, then yeah, I might add some to the top of it. But I don't use it for anything else. Oh, that's the problem with having so much dairy stuff. It gets gunk. I get gunky. Alright, so how are we doing here? Ooh, okay. So let me grab this. And I'll politely request you buy some more. Politely request. So let's have a sneak peek. First Planet of the Apes movie came out in 1968. Ooh, okay. Can we... Oh. The outside is so fragile. Okay. So it's very hollow on the inside. Very hollow. It's fine though. It's very fine. Okay, so let me quickly get vodka whipped cream. See, it has a year shelf life. Well, I'll have to find out if I can get them over here. Excuse me. So I'm going to bring this over here. We don't really need to see whipped cream, do we? We don't really need to see whipped cream. No. Nah, of course not. Nah. Yeah, nah. I'll show you the cutting of the Cottonees. That should be fine. That should be more exciting than just whipping cream, I think. Anyway, in my mind. That's just me. Would put a real great kick into that cocoa. Nah, Bailey's is the kick for the cocoa, baby. Which one did I just cut? That one. I lost it. I'm not sure how alcohol scents. I've been told on my end that alcohol is a forbidden substance to send because you need a license to send alcohol. But that's just it. So today, when my shift work is over, I'm going to start Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy and sip some beer. Oh, the Christopher Nolan series. Whoa. Christopher Nolan series has... They have some really good characters. It was this one here, wasn't it? Yes, that one. How about I move all of these over here? Well, dang it. Projectors with sounds cost more than $500. Well, I mean, Christmas is just around the corner. Maybe Santa Claus. Maybe the old Santa Claus can come and give you some projector with sound. But, yeah, so, yeah, the Christopher Nolan Batman series... how do I put it? There's only really one notable one in there. That's obviously Dark Knight. It's pretty much the only real notable one in there. The other two were good. The last one was meh. I'd definitely say it was meh. Cool concept of characters and yeah, somewhat well done, but how it ended is like, this is dumb. I don't know. It was the way they did Bane in the third Christopher Nolan series one. It was awesome that they went down the route of Bane is not just dumb muscle, but then they also just went around the route that he was dumb muscle because he was working under somebody else. It's like, no, Bane is better than this. Give Bane the credit he deserves. Like he's one of the only villains out there, one of the only Batman villains that actually found out Batman's identity on his own accord. And then I think because he juiced himself up on Venom so much, he forgot. Like it was his downfall to be the biggest and buffest there was. It was his own fault. What a dummy. Moral of the story is, don't do steroids. Make you a big, dumb supervillain that probably just gets thrown in crazy people's house. According to the Australian Border Force, if you import alcoholic beverages by mail with a value of $1,000 or less, we will send you an invoice advising the duty and taxes payable. Hang on. So let me just look that up a bit more. So if you import beverages with $1,000 or less, they will send an invoice advising the duty and taxes payable. What does that mean? Does that mean that they'll send you an invoice and you can send it? Or does that mean that's... Because the way I sort of read that the first time was that they will send you an invoice for like confiscation or stuff like that, and they'll just take it away from you. Is it technically a beverage? Oh yeah. Oh, that's actually. You're now pulling out the questions of the woman that's brought in. I think it was 2 liters of ice or water that was in ice, and they said you can't have 2 liters of liquids on the plane. It's like, well, it's not a liquid; it's a solid. If you choose not to pay for the duty and GST on the alcohol products within 30 days of the payment advised, the goods may be returned to the sender. Oh, so you have to... okay, so there's an extra fee Understood. So you can send alcohol. Okay. So that means, yeah, so that means if I send a bottle of alcohol to somebody, they'll send me an invoice for how much the tax is or something. Yeah, like the duty and tax on top of it. And then when I pay that, they'll send it out. Because I read somewhere else that the, what's it called? We all heard that one there, yeah? That was me snapping my fingers. Never mind. He's very sensitive. Like he hears one little thing here and there, and it's just like, oh, I've been summoned. No, kiddo, you haven't been summoned just yet. Calm your farm, kiddo. Where am I? Ah, there's my other piping nozzle. It's like, wait a minute, I've got another start piping nozzle somewhere. It's over here. It's over here. So, so do you have to pay before it's delivered? Yes. So from what Jason's saying, it sounds like you have to pay another fee again for sending the alcoholic beverage. So we have to pay, like, depending on the weight of the product, you'll have to pay a certain price. Won't disclose how much the package I sent to Ember was and how much I spent, because, well, I don't want her to feel bad about, me sending stuff and not asking for anything in return. But so they weighed up my package and said, yep, it's going to be about this much, and then I paid that before it got sent, and yeah, it's not as easy as just buying a couple of stamps from the post office and just slapping them on there. It's like, yeah, you should cover it. So, if anything, I probably should ask the people at the post office about the sending of items, and just like, hey, can I send this? So what's the place going to say? No. Bane actor Jeep Swainson had real muscles in Batman Forever. Yeah, had real muscles in Batman Forever. He had huge biceps. Really? That was real? Oh man. Oh man. I hate to tell you this, but they told on you. Hey, I know. Yeah. I know. Would have been on the invoice and on the package itself, so. Even though they didn't look real. Yeah, I think from memory, I do remember thinking, it's just a guy in a muscle suit. But that was real? That sort of reminds me of those, you ever see those, I think it's usually Russian or somewhere overseas and stuff, and they inject oil into their muscles, and it makes them look, like it swells them up, but they've got Popeye arms, like up here. There's these big, stupid. It looks like they're just. It's disgusting. It's really disgusting. I hate it so much. It's like, why do you do this to yourself? Please, get some help. You don't look ripped. You look disgusting. You look like I can pop you with a pin. Okay, so this is what I want. This is what I want over here. We are pretty much almost finished. We are almost there. Let's take this out of the box because this is actually the same. Ah, yes. The ocean, the deep blue. You've ruined the product, CJ. It's all wet. It's all done. The fish. Not the fugu. Ah! Not the fugu! No! Yeah. Yeah. Get out of here. Stupid fish. Oil inside muscles. Oh yeah, I hate it so much. They look disgusting. Oh. That's a good one. I'm glad you like it. So I'll do 3 of them. Do that there so we can see what's going on. I'll probably pull a Mr. Squiggle here and I'll decorate on my side and turn it around so everybody else can see. So I'll give him a bit more space because we need to put the leaves and crud on the sides. So that there. A few stars for the butt. I'm gonna go to sleep for 4 hours soon. Go get some sleep. 3:35 a.m. Yeah, if you need to get some sleep now, go get some sleep, man. It's very great to have you here, but I don't want to keep you up. Work shift starts. Yeah, get some sleep. Don't feel. It was amazing and great to have you here. That's yeah. Hit the hay, get some sleep, feel good for tomorrow. That's my request. So like so. Alright, so for the next one I'll have to give it a lot more. So I know they're cream puffs, but like I said, we're putting cream in the center. So I can actually probably do this. In all honesty. Yeah. More cream! I'm actually very happy with these. I live close to my workplace and it takes 3 minutes to get 3 minutes to go there with bus. With the bus, that's actually a pretty good commute. I was gonna say if it was a 3-minute walk or something. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Now I'll put that aside. Then I think this should work. Problem I had last time is the leaves started to fall down. I'll find a photo of them as well. This is why I didn't want to do it over the top there. Gonna have some ice creams first. Yes, get your ice creams. And stars on the butt. Just because I want to be canonically correct. Alright, I'm gonna quickly find a photo of Cottonee. No, not roll 20. You fool. Why? Cottonee. Images. Let's go PNG. You're PNG? You're not even a good photo. You're not PNG. There we go. Save image as. Sure, we'll put it into there. And then I want to add image. It'll be called image. I should have done this before I started stream, shouldn't I? It's huge! There we go. Daniel, according to security reasons, packages might not be subjected to Packages might be subjected to radiation that could cause film to be exposed. Well, that's why you don't send film. Well, it's a good thing you read that. So, let me pull this up without killing it. The last thing I want to do is kill the camera right before I do the shot. Let's take all the crap off here. I will post in the Discord how the comparison was. I'll do that. Something like that. Okay. Titch. Zoom in.
Zooming in.
So I want to get the get it for the clip. There we go. Probably could.
Beautiful.
Thanks. Alright. Oh, hang on. Titch. Zoom out.
Zooming out.
See, I want to do this so I can do it for the clip, so when people, say, oh, let's go see what TC did. they can see my wonderful handiwork. So there we go. Thanks, Ma, and thank you, CJ. I live in Finland, and lots of people order alcohol from neighboring country Estonia. It's cheaper to buy it from there, even if you pay to deliver. That's exploitation. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay. Zoom in.
Zooming in.
So here are the Cottonee cream puffs. Titch, zoom out. Oh, Titch. Titch. Zoom out.
Zooming out.
Gotta do it good for the clip. Gotta do it good for the clip. Titch. Zoom in.
Zooming in.
So here is the redo of my Cottonee cream puffs that I did 2 years ago, using a different type of choux pastry recipe. I'm actually very happy with how these turned out. I will have a comparison video, or not video, comparison pictures on Discord, and even Instagram and Twitter. I'll put it everywhere. So I'll put the one that I've done in the past and the ones that I've done today. And it's a bit of a, here's where I was and here's where I am now, sort of thing. Do it for the vine, exactly. Do it for the vine. But Titch, zoom out.
Zooming out.
Now I'm actually quite pleased at how this recipe turned out, because, like I said, the last time I did these, I underbaked them because I didn't want the colorization of the choux pastry to be lost while I made them look like they were. But this paste that went on top of the choux pastry, it worked. It worked so well. Like, I almost could have, to be honest, all honesty, I probably didn't even need to color the choux pastry itself. I could have kept the choux pastry plain and as it was, and it still would have done the part, because you're focusing more on the top of the pastry and more at the top of the Cottonees than the bottom. But I'm glad I did the color for the bottom as well, because it still really pops and really hits the point. So I'm very happy with these. This is going to be a great dessert for my mates when they come around, because they'll be like, did you like the paella, guys? Well, here's some Cottonee cream puffs. Eat the Pokemon! I'll probably have some for lunch anyway, but I'll take some photos of these off stream, because I don't need to. I mean, I've got one left over. I can tell you what it tastes like. It tastes like vanilla cream and choux pastry. It tastes like an eclair. You know what? I'll eat one. I'll fill one up and I'll eat one, because I actually haven't tried the paste on top. I've never actually tried the paste on top. Gotta throw my 2 cents in. Usually, so try it, eat it, you fool! Shove it into your face! Consume the flesh of the Pokemon! Usually what you would do for these is you would make a dual combo of matcha cream and stabilized cream, and you would insert and sort of squeeze it in, like a profiterole, and some forms of eclairs. But yeah, I wanted to make it look the part, so. The voice activation is straight from Terminator Skynet. The voice activation is straight from Terminator Skynet, and it's reason why robots will conquer the planet. As long as they put me in a nice padded zoo cell, I'm fine. If they put me in a human zoo, feed me, look after me, care for me, give me head pats, and give me the ASMRs that I want to sleep to, I'm fine with them taking over the world. Just imagine that. Like, people are going, oh no, the robots are going to take over the world. Oh, they're going to enslave us and stuff. Well, look, here's the deal. They're going to put us in zoos. And we're going to sit in the zoo and we're going to do nothing but scratch our butts, fornicate, and eat food. Is that so bad of a living? Is that so bad of a living? Alright, let's give this a try. Not bad. The top is actually pretty sweet. Give you walkies, exactly. Parade around to all the other robots, just like, ha, check out that human. And we're just using the like, It'd be great. I'd definitely live in that. This is really good. I could definitely see how well it could be with the matcha cream in it. But, classic cream puff. I'm very happy that they held shape. I'm not leaving it as yeah, I know, right? I'm actually very happy with this on so many levels. Oh, cool. Now I've got to try to think of what else I can make with this. The possibilities are endless. I have so many food colorings. I can make the choux pastry any color I want. And I love how the crackling, when it finishes up, it doesn't colorize. It doesn't burn. Red. Evil kitchen. Alright. Yummy. It's good stuff. Very good stuff. Alright. So. Let's find somebody to raid out to. Let's see who's online on my end. I'm thinking we might drop by a fellow homie. Just pop by somebody who's ooh, okay. Oh. So, I am going to have 2 suggestions for everybody. 2 suggestions. So, we can go drop by Nishan over at Cursed Kitchen, who's doing a Moroccan-style cooking. Or we could drop by Ivysaur Loves Pie, who's doing Salmon Wellington and Baklava. I'm leaning towards Ivy, because I haven't actually rated out to Ivy yet. I've watched a few of her streams, and Semi hung out over in Campbell's channel. But I'm actually very intrigued to pop over and see what Ivy's doing. But if so, Azidor, so much fun. Thank you. You make adorable food. Thanks. Well, thank you for joining the Shark Tank, and thank you for being here and having a chat with me. It was very much appreciated. Have a great day with the homies TC once again. Thank you so much for my oven mitts and cookies. It was my pleasure. It was mine and Mama TC's pleasure to send those to you. But let's go pop over to Ivy. We'll raid out Ivy. So Ivysaur. There we go. Alrighty. So let me finish up by saying thank you so very, very, very much to anybody and everybody who came by to check out what I was doing today. Again, final thoughts. I am very happy with how these finished up, and I think we have done the Cottonee cream puffs a massive justice. The last ones looked good, but they weren't actually cooked right. These are cooked right, and they taste amazing. Thank you for everybody who came by and had a chat with me today as well. It means so much that you guys are willing to pop by, spend your time with me to see what I'm doing. Thank you for redeems, thank you for the follows, thank you for just being yourselves. So what we'll do is we'll say our final goodbyes, we'll go to the end screen, and then I'll start up the raid. So thank you again so very, very much. Take care of yourselves out there, stay safe, and I hope to catch you all in the next one. Alrighty, catch you later. Let's go say hi to Ivy.